Okay, we are live with session 13. Do you guys remember what you did last time and what you're doing today?
I usually
Well,
do them. You can do them, Felix, or Whitney.
all right. So, last time around, we had you know, we had a bit of a solemn thing. Just lost a party member, went back to town, but right, Gerald, he's not one to, cry that long about something he really couldn't have done anything about. So it's like, yeah, it's sad, but it's like thinking back, what could I have done differently to change it? And it's like probably a lot of things, but I don't want to admit it's my fault, so it's fine, right? We
Like
wanna,
this one.
yeah, we're gonna be like, maybe deal with things a little bit different next time. Maybe we'll learn. Who knows? Anyway, so Geralt's like, all right, big guy's doing his own thing, and he's doing his own thing. So he's super busy, and I feel like I don't want to sit around and be completely useless. So let's sit around and be mediocrely productive. That's a word. Yes. And the way that he decides to do that is to spice up the party comp, because big guy that hits things and little guy that talks to things may get you far, but it doesn't get you all the way. So the way that we deal with it is insert a magic person that blasts things, which I think is a good in between, right? You have hit things good, you have talk things well, and then you have blast things many, which overall clean. And so we find our new party member, which is a tiefling called Tay, a esteemed wizard, or depends on, I guess, if you ask for a report card sheet or not. But she seems to be at least doing well on the practical side, and we hit it off pretty well, I'd say, before ever being introduced to, or before Tay ever even gets introduced to the third party member. And we bond, we have a good time, and eventually, after Gore comes back, he also finds out, and he's like, "Oh, okay, that's nice, great," something like that, right? I didn't really gauge his reaction that much, but he then tells us, "Yo, guys, so there's this dude, also a wizard, surprise," and he was like, "There's this place." And there's a thing in the place, and it's probably murdered some people. And I think it has treasure. I think that's what I got from the story, right?
That's what he told us to convince us. I think realistically he needs that area to do some crafting, but convince us
right?
with treasure.
But, that's what I got, right? Murder things get treasure. Ooh, adventure brain
Yeah.
go. Bleh.
Murder things get treasure, and I need a craft here, but
Yeah. Well, that's life, and so we go there, we murder things, we get treasure. Murdering things turns out to be at least somewhat difficult. That creature is both a competent spellslinger and a slicer of many things. Because, that thing, it has many arms, and let's just say it likes to attack with many arms. Not just speaking to its multitude of weapons, but literally has many arms. And yeah, it eventually falls to just getting stabbed and getting hit hard enough, because apparently it just doesn't care about magic. It's just like, oh, fuck your magic, I don't give a shit. So instead the magic just goes to buff the stabs and hits and slaps, and the creature eventually goes down. And yeah, then we sort through the wreckage, figured out, yes, it did murder people. Yes, that's all their shit here. And some extra shit, which, belonged not to them, but probably to some other things this creature murdered. And so we're like, some stuff we may want to give back to someone that's related to these people or not, right? Probably ask the guild, get the stuff there. They'll figure something out. And some other good loot. Okay loot, I would say, right? I'd say there was nothing absolutely insane there, except for the body bag of disappearance or whatever the fuck that just makes the body disappear. It's great. I love it. Yeah. Other than that, I think that was pretty much it for stuff we did.
Then
There's stuff that I was involved in.
Then I want to ask this: you won the shout of this in Creation Felix?
Oh no, but it's cool.
Because Conan's plans being sold.
Yeah, that's fine.
One thing I need to confirm is: are you gonna take the potion off Gashia's phone? Which
Oh, yeah, I should do that. Yeah.
Because that would be really.
Yeah.
And the ring you still took, right?
Yes.
Good. Then everything here should be correct. And that is currently the amount split when everything gets sold.
All right.
Totally should have taken the 10k.
Overall, yes, that would have been more money.
Well, sucks to suck.
Wow.
I mean, it comes down to like how the other things here gets done with, because then there can be something.
All right, so you guys are heading back, or you're staying here to finish your craft first?
I think we're probably informing the guy, right? At least.
Yeah. That's the thing
Oh.
that comes to mind here is that,
Thank you.
yeah, I'll stay here and start crafting. You can report and then come back here. Shouldn't be that long.
Okay.
You feel safe chilling here by yourself?
I mean, there's still that terrifying thing up there that still hasn't disappeared. It's scaring me.
I smack you over the head. It's not there! Will yourself out of it!
I mean,
Have a stronger mind than that, Gerald.
It oddly it won't go away.
yeah. No, let's just head back together just to be safe. It won't matter much. Beef yours, so just.
I mean, I'm confident him and I will be safe. If you feel confident you can take care of yourself, then we're good. Just throwing that out there. It's up to you.
Like game, it's also because I hit fucking the rest button, so I have actually lost what my current HP should have been at and shit.
Okay.
So.
Oh well.
All right,
Go
back to
back.
town. Should only take you, yeah,
2 hours or
6
something.
miles or something. So yeah, it's barely anything. And you guys, I forget, you do have horses though, right?
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
the thing.
All right, so yeah, you guys are very fast.
Back to the wizard I go for more fun banter and proving I'm the better wizard.
All right, yeah, you guys can
We're
get back
to
into
see the
town.
wizard.
You
Do
guys
you
want
two
to take the items
Yeah.
back over to the guild and I'll go
Yeah.
report to Wizard Bro?
That
We'll do
works.
that.
As I was busy with Bill, it was like, Jill, you handle returning, I'll go steal this shit.
Alright.
Yeah. So Tay, you can go to the same office, although he is not there. But you see a younger man at his desk, writing down some notes as you open the door.
Does this younger man bear resemblance to him?
No.
Or look completely different?
This
Okay.
before you is a elven man.
Okay. I'm like, this dude just like cast some spells on himself to make him look younger, or
Maybe.
maybe. I mean, was the original guy Elven?
No.
Okay.
There's
well,
easy spells to change that though. If you
True.
want.
Yeah. I mean, he's going through all that, whatever, good for him. I'll just, I guess, just politely, I don't remember this dude's name, but just be like, is the professor around?
Oh, he looks up from his desk. No, he's teaching right now. Can I help you?
Yeah, I was just part of a group that was kind of doing a quest-ish kind of for him, but like not really for him. Like he told my party member about the area. Anyways, I just figured I'd come back and inform him of the results.
I see. And your name?
Yeah, you can call me Tay.
I see. Did you exchange names with him? Does he know? As he looks down and starts flipping through papers.
You can refer to me as the wizard that was doing the quest at the place down south. I don't know. He'll know. He'll know who you're talking about. I shared memory with what I saw. We had a chat. I'm sure he'll remember.
I see. Okay. So did he promise you some sort of reward, or?
I have no idea. I'm just figured I'd come back and let him know the results. I mean, he originally talked to my party member, a big ogre. I'm sure he'll remember the ogre.
Oh yes, he flips through 3 more pages. Here, yes, I see that here.
Yeah. So that
It looks
that was
like
the original
you-
person. I was just conferring afterwards, because wizard. I got the good shit.
Yeah. Refrain from sour language. Well, in my presence, please. Anyways, the agreement seemed like you agreed to take whatever loot you found there in exchange for clearing the place out. So you're come to report that you've done so?
Yeah, sounds about right.
Excellent. Well, I guess I'll let the professor know, and I guess that's the end of our business, unless you have anything else.
Nope, I guess just let him know if he's curious and wants to know more or see more. He can feel free to come find me at the Adventurers Guild, and I can show him the memories of the encounter.
Will do. He scribbles something down as you say that. There is a note here saying that another party perished there. Of course,
yes.
the items are yours to keep, but it would be probably better to return these to their family.
I think one of my party members was going to be taking them to the Adventurers Guild to try to figure out how to
Yes, they would know where
get
to
in,
go.
Yeah, get in contact with their family. We did find their stuff, so I think he
Excellent.
is working on that.
Well, that's it then. Thank you.
Okie dokie. Bye.
Goodbye.
Yeah.
I'll walk away. I'm like, God, why are wizards so freaking stuck up?
Rest of party, what are you up to?
I'm going and selling the shit.
Yeah, are you selling any of the adventurers stuff?
Nope, that is for Jell to handle with the Adventures Guild.
Okay, so just to clarify, I'm just going to quickly go through the list of the adventure stuff, because I thought I heard you guys say you were selling some of it. So there's a +1 splint mail, a potion / oil.
Unless it has the cell next to it, I'm not selling it. Jell has the ring, that's it.
Oh, you
Yep,
have this on
keeping
like
the
a
ring.
party loot sheet or something?
No, it's in the Discord actually.
Oh, in the
Just scroll up
Discord.
a little. It's essentially the only thing that we're not giving back from the adventure stuff is the Ring of Protection and the Wand of Identify.
Well,
Giving back everything else.
Oh yeah, and the identified one, yes.
Okay. Oh, so you're yoinking those stuff?
Yep, but we're giving back the Ion Stone and everything
Gotcha.
else.
Okay, I see the list. Excellent. Yeah, you can. Yeah, the other stuff you can sell, no problem. Gerald, you're returning these items to the guild. They'll thank you.
Yeah.
And they'll let you know that they'll give it to their family members.
Yep.
Anything else you guys are up to?
No, I think not. I think the next thing is gonna try and ask my people if they want to go fuck with a evil.
Well, I still need to finish your
Yeah,
So-
I know. But in general, right? It's still a question that I'm gonna pose you. But I mean, I'm gonna do that once the party reconvenes.
Yeah, a few hours later, everyone can finish their things and join back at the Adventurers Guild Hall. Which, for a moment, as you guys come in, there will be. Gerald, you were kind of chilling there, waiting for everyone else, and when you did give those items back, he actually will. The guy at the front will actually let you know he wants to talk to your party once they're all here.
Yep.
And I'm assuming this will happen in a few hours.
I mean, yeah, I probably will tell her. Also, when I see them, I will hand them their cut, which is 1,879 gold.
Yeah, so once you guys are convening at the guild hall, let's there are some minstrels playing some music and chilling, and there are quite a few people here. The front desk guy, one of them that you've seen many times, kind of clears his throat as you guys are kind of sitting down, have some drinks and food in front of you, and he kind of clears his throat. We like to. Were you saying something?
No, I was just reacting.
Oh. Yes.
Clearing your throat. Sorry.
It's okay. Yes. What was I saying? Yes. He seems to be quite nervous, and he kind of pulls out his sheet. He says, "Yes, you guys noticed for doing quite a good deeds, and your activity has been noticed. You've probably been noticing your increasing discounts here at the guild hall. But unfortunately, with that comes you've reached a certain threshold where we recognize that you're stronger than most people here, and as such, most of the things that we kind of divvy out to the lower adventurers is way below your pay grade now. So, that being said, of course, our resources are still available to you, but we would ask that you no longer stay here. You seem to have made enough on your own that the rooms can be opened up to lower adventurers that still need to get out there and get their feet wet."
Fair enough.
Well, you know a place where we might be able to rent the manor room?
You know what that means,
permanent
guys?
residents?
No, don't worry about it. I got this.
Right.
And I turn out, you know what that means, guys? We're shopping for a house.
Yeah, Gorg, when you say, like, do you know a place or something, he says, there's many vacant houses in Geffen. Since the rebuild, there's a lot of new houses for sale. If you don't want to, obviously, you can... we would much prefer you call home here, as you've proven yourselves, and you've made a name for yourselves. Especially you, Gorg. You're one of the only ogres in town. For miles, I assume. And, yes, and with that...
you want us to still call this home, but you don't want us to live... what?
We would love you to stay in Geffen proper, but
Yes.
the guild hall is much below your standing at this point.
I wasn't planning to move. I'm
Don't
still
worry
staying in
about it.
Geffen.
He's terrible at communicating.
Finding a home in Geffen.
Don't worry
Yes.
about it.
I don't want to sleep at an inn, is what I mean.
Yes,
You're doing good.
Yes, if you want to... That's what I said. I was suggesting you purchase a home in Geffen.
And what was the whole thing with you want to still have us call this place home?
He
He's
just
talking
meant
about
Geffen in
Geffen.
general. He doesn't want us to like go move to Payon or Prontera or
Yes,
something.
yeah.
They want us to stay in Geffen, but not stay in the guild hall.
Yeah, sorry, I'm not...
What? To stay in Geffen?
Huh?
Anyway.
No, okay.
We're gonna find us a nice realtor. I'm pretty sure I can find us one.
Yes,
And we're gonna
and
get us a house.
you obviously are still, like I said, welcome here to drop in and stay the nights if you wish. But there is a more advanced board of things we need done. Only for the highest of adventurers. Which I will make available to you.
Getting access to the second floor, guys.
No, the second board.
Exactly.
There's very few of you who have reached this status who remain static. Many people who reach your standings tend to move around and don't call one place home. But if you do wish to call this place home and settle down and stay a citizen of Geffen, we'd be more than... I'm willing to pass your names along to the Queen, and she can entice you to stay if you wish.
Please at least accept me and don't spit at me as I walk. So I think I'll stay here. For sure not going back to Frontera.
It surely seems like we're gonna stay here.
Excellent.
Y'all don't even want to know where I'm from.
Well, I'll leave you to it. And he will give you... he will let you know where the advanced board is, which is just... It's actually inside one of the rooms with the sage... It's the sage's room, basically. So if you guys want to take a quick peek in there...
Yes.
I know Christian does, but...
Yes.
Because
There's
I
only,
love my board.
there's only 2 different things on this board compared to the other board.
Right. Oh, the troll is in this one now. Oh no, this must be a new troll thing.
Yeah, that's just a generic picture of a troll. It's not
that's
that specific troll, but yeah. This one isn't even offering a... Like, you'll notice the higher level stuff, they literally just, like, tell you to avoid it at your, like... So it's basically, like, if you want to fight it, go ahead, but it's, like, very dangerous. So they...
yeah,
So the 2 new ones here is there's nearby specific some trolls that are messing things up. They're just telling you to keep to the main roads, unless you want to go hunt these trolls, then you can get more information about them. Kamor has called for aid. Their head cleric has been slain by some undead. Usually head clerics in small towns are expected to be like level 6. So, something that killed a level 6 cleric, basically.
Yeah, this is probably been quite powerful on that.
Everything else
Oh,
you've seen
shit,
before.
no. Gotcha.
And if any of that is interesting to you, you can get more details. These are just general notices for like the high level people to be like, watch out
One
for
thing
this.
is
Or
just little, fuck the sea. And fuck whatever that thing is that took arms of people. The description got from that is just like, currently that's a no.
But yeah, you guys have this new information, and you're together. You can go back and sit down, enjoy your meal, drink.
What time of day would you say it is currently, John?
Late afternoon.
So I suggest we try and find a home today, and then tomorrow head back and I can finish your soul.
yeah. I'm gonna take a look at one of the notice boards at the local bank, see if they've written out any real estate.
Are you guys looking to rent or buy?
Depending on the price.
Depends on how expensive it is, right? If it's reasonable, if buying a house is not that expensive, then we'd probably buy. If it is incredibly expensive, then we'd probably rent instead.
Pretty sure it's...
You have currently like around 4,000 gold in party fund.
Yeah, it depends what you're looking for. If you're just looking for like a modest house, I can check the price.
I mean,
Yeah,
we need
it's-
3 separate bedrooms at the least.
At least 3 bedrooms, probably 4. And we probably want, well, we definitely want something where you can at least, you have some sort of place outside where you can at least build a forge if necessary.
Yeah, like.
I don't know if they have zoning rules, if you're allowed to build a forge in a residential area, but I seriously doubt that that's an issue.
Yeah, it would be like around like an area where like noise wouldn't be minded.
How do I get this cost? The cost is this.
I say like, I don't think we're scared about living like in a place that is semi-dangerous in the city, just because I doubt anyone else has actually dare try. I just feel that that sounded like a very bad idea. It's like, I think we should go into the house with an ogre tiefling and the human and rob them. Sounds safe.
Yeah, so if you want like a bit, like that's a pretty big house, that's gonna cost you. Okay, one thing is 4,000 gold. And how much is a big house? House. And because you're looking for a big piece of land because you want to potentially build a little forge outside. One lot. Is okay. Yeah. So
it doesn't need to be like in the middle of the town. It can be like on the outskirts where maybe many people don't necessarily want to live.
yeah, so if you want this lot in like a good like in a central part of town, it'll cost you 12,000 gold. If you want like in the outskirts where it's kind of like out of the like inconvenient for like getting around the city, but it's like convenient for you because you have like a little more room and it's not really near things, it'll be cheaper, but
Yeah, that's probably the idea. I mean, as far as I know, the Adventurers Guild is also on the outskirts, more or less.
Let's see.
So maybe we could get it in close by, if that's possible.
Yeah, definitely be cheaper living near there because it's a lot more rowdy, not quiet for sure. Let's just take a look at the map of Geffen.
End up being neighbors with the guild house.
So yeah, this area here is like the guild hall here. This open area here is where the guild hall is. This is the garden area with the statues, kind of basically their pseudo outdoor temple. This is the main market area, and this is the keep of Geffen. So yeah, if you want to live anywhere in like this area, it'll be cheaper, especially if you're like near the gate. Like if you're anywhere in this like kind of district, you'll have
But
it
I have a
cheaper.
question. Are there any maybe potentially that are outside? Because I'm guessing then that might even be even cheaper because that would be outside the wall.
Yeah, but we don't want that.
Yeah, if you want to buy a piece of land just outside the wall, you can. It'll be substantially cheaper, but it'll be no protection guarantee kind of thing. Like if wolves or trolls bash in your shit, like no one's gonna care. Like they can't defend it. But if it's inside the walls, obviously it is guaranteed to be safe and.
Yeah, I mean, it's not like what the price would be. Like like around the gate area here.
So near the guild hall, so the normal price is 12,000. I'll give you guys a discount there. Near the guild hall, you're looking at 10,000 gold. Outside the walls will be like 6,000. These are all the same size lots, but the price difference is.
All right.
What would the price be then to rent around there? Because we can't buy in there.
Do
Yeah,
they
you-
have any financing options?
Yeah, you guys
Here's
can
what
rent.
loan.
You guys can rent the same size lot for 500 gold a month.
Yes, but I mean, how
He wants a
about
loan.
instead of rent?
Oh, like financing.
Lease it, right?
Yeah,
Oh.
he wants to take a loan out of the bank and then buy a house.
Maybe something like that, right? If that's the only way, but also it could just also be something more creative where it's like you're leasing the house, so you pay it off month by month. So you pay more than you would rent, but
So-
you're also paying off the house, which in the end is gonna run
Kinda
you
like a mortgage?
more than the. No, not kind of like a mortgage. It's essentially it's leasing, like you're leasing a car. It's the same thing.
Yeah, so when you lease it, they give you an option to buy it at the end, but you don't have to buy
Yeah.
it.
Yeah,
Okay.
you don't have to, but you get the option.
Sure. And where did you want to look? Near the guild hall or outside
think
the
so,
city?
yeah.
Near the
I
guild
think
hall?
that's a good place.
Sure. If you want to lease a place near the guild hall, it'll be 300 gold a month. And then at the
That's
and you have to
doable. We all
guarantee
pitch in 100 gold each.
and you have to guarantee to do this for a year, and then at the end of the year you have a choice to buy it or keep leasing for another year.
Yep. All right, it's good.
I would then buy it for the 10,000. That would be the price, yes.
No, it like some of the like Felix was saying, some of the cost is like reducing it as you go along,
Okay.
but some of it is for just
The question
renting
would
it.
be, during that time of releasing it, can we like build on it and stuff? If like, can I?
You'll
build
have to
for-
get approval from the landlord, but
Yeah, we're gonna
Oh
be
my
like, hey
God.
landlord, can we stick a forge there? Thanks.
What has our Dungeons and Dragons game come to?
in this case the landlord is
Talk to the landlord and see if I can build my forge.
the city of Geffen, so you'd be talking to some like city representative about it.
Oh, let's go. That's even better.
Yeah, I mean, I guess like.
Hello, Mr. City Representative. I'll spend the night with you if you just sign this paper and say yes and don't read any of it.
I have not sold my soul, and
My God.
I mean, I guess that one thing at least God would look into before we like potentially even start leasing is just pay would you allow a forge at the minimum.
Okay, yeah, so you want to know up front if they would allow a forge?
Yeah, because that's like it kind like. I have the portable one, but
Yeah, the party can collectively give me diplomacy checks as you talk with this guy setting up the lease.
Yeah, you know, I'm
Diplomacy.
Look at-
I'm just gonna sit there and smile.
You know what?
Help me.
Nice.
Diplomacy.
I haven't
Oh,
done my skills yet for the level up, but you know what? I'm feeling confident, boys.
Hey, these aren't bad.
I mean, I feel like I'm gonna hinder more than I help, but
You can't. Yeah, you can't.
let's
Hey,
try.
oh.
Oh shit!
On total, it's
Yeah.
helping plus 1 plus 2.
Yeah,
Oh.
so he lets you know that the area you're renting, that a forge is suitable to be put on the property, and that's fine. Although, like, you are responsible for maintaining it. Like, in the lease, if anything goes wrong with the actual building, he's responsible to help you. But if you're, like, something, like, happens with your forge, or if any damage to the building happens because of your forge, he's not gonna fix it.
Well, yeah, no, I don't plan on like building it like up against the wall.
Yeah, he just lets you know that
No, that's
it's fine, and yeah, you're responsible for maintaining it and doing whatever to it.
Okay, then yeah, I think we're all fine with that, right?
Yep.
But yeah, he will ask for first month and last month up front. So 600 gold, please.
Yep.
Yeah, I'll do that. That would be 60 platinum.
Sure.
Yep.
So, yeah, you get 60 plat.
Yeah, he'll draft up the legal paperwork, put it in a nice scroll case for you, and hand it to, I guess, Tay. She looks like the wizardy one who handles scrolls and paperwork. So he just hands it to you and says he says not to lose it. That's your legal whatever if anyone asks. And you are now leasers of this place. I'll mark it on the map. Unless you have a specific preference anywhere in that district, I'll mark it randomly unless...
Nah,
Okay.
just navigate right. That's what we said.
Yep. You can get a place near the gate.
We're not homeowners. Goddamn.
There is your spot there.
Woo. Well,
You can
I guess we
let me know if you
check-
want to call it something. We'll just call it home base for now.
yeah. Does it come furnished, or do we need to get that ourselves?
It's furnished because you leased the place, so this is like a
Oh.
common like rented place, so it's furnished and everything. It
I
was
guess
sized for humans though, so there is a master bedroom that's bigger than the other rooms, so you probably want that one. It's made.
Yeah.
This room is made for 2 people, but because you're an ogre, it's good for one kind of thing.
Nope.
Okay, yeah. Is there anything we would want to get in here? We can do shopping today and then leave tomorrow to finish the weapon.
Not yet, no. You know, decorating a house and truly living in it takes time. You can't just be like, let's do one shopping trip and get what we think we want. No.
It was more
You
like
gotta-
something was missing.
Yeah, you really only feel like something's missing in a house once you've, properly had your nice rest in it and lived in it, and you open the drawer and there's no forks and stuff like that, right?
Right. Gorg will actually head to the guild and ask them if there is a way they can make a deal that if the month comes up where payment is due, where if they aren't here, if they can then just be deducted from the funds that are currently stored at the guild.
Yeah, but you could... Sure. Just for, like, metagame point of view, your money should probably be stored at your house, and, like, they know
Yeah,
your
I plan
adventures.
on moving it at one point over there and stuff.
Yeah.
But currently, like, there's an estate place there.
Yeah, you can have an agreement with your the guy you were talking to that if you guys aren't there at the month end, he's not gonna like evict you. Like he knows like you guys will show up eventually, so it's fine.
Because like after a certain amount of time, probably assume us dead.
Yeah, there's like a 3 to 6 month time where they'll probably consider you dead, or they'll try like sending you, and if it doesn't come back, they'll assume you're dead, kind of thing.
Yeah. Then yeah, I guess we stay in our new home.
Nice. Just so I have it on record, it does come with good locks on the door which you all have keys for. Did you want to make any upgrades or to that, or are you satisfied with that for now?
Currently, no.
I mean, I think at some point Tay is going to figure out upgrades and protections for the house, like spells and stuff.
It's
but
gonna be
like,
magically fortified.
It's not going to be quite yet, but that is one thing on Tay's mind. It's like, okay, like start making a list of all of like the protective spells I want to imbue into our house so that it is like pretty fucking
Permanent alarm.
Yeah, well, I mean, I have to be able to get to do permanency, which I can't yet, I don't think. So that's the slight problem there. I have to figure out how to...
I think that's a 5th level spell. Could be wrong. Alright. Yeah, it's about evening time after all this has been sorted out, and you guys can spend the first night in your place.
Yeah, it's a 5th level spell.
And unless you guys have anything to do in this evening, we can go to the next day.
We'll cook us a meal.
Yeah. You guys can enjoy a meal and a nice rest and awaken the next morning to plan to do whatever you want to do.
Well, at least as far as God's concerned, it will be that it's going back to the ruins to the south and be there for 2 weeks.
Alright, are you guys heading back with him, or are you just going solo?
I think we're heading back with them because...
Oh my god, we're spending 2 weeks over there?
Well, I mean, we don't need to think there. I can pack the shit up and take it back. That would be fine. I think. Imagine, or I need actually your call on that.
You're just crafting that weapon there, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, you don't need to stay here 24/7. You only work 8 hours a day or whatever it is.
Okay. Yeah, if it just needs to be there in 8 hours, then yeah.
Gotcha. Okay. At the guild hall, what's my discount on scrolls?
I think we've got 30% now.
What level scroll?
4th.
4th level scroll? Whoa.
4th level scroll, if they have it.
They probably do. Let me just double check. Yeah, what spell? Because this is kind of...
Greater invisibility.
Yeah, they have a few. If you want to go get it from there, they will have a conversation with you, though.
Okay.
Yeah, so you ask for that scroll. They
Yeah.
kind of take it off a shelf, and he kind of looks at you and he says, "This is a powerful spell that could be used for very nefarious reasons."
It could. Yeah.
How do I know you only use it for good?
You don't, but I am one of your highest level adventurers, and I've done a lot of good around here, so are we really that concerned about what I'm gonna be using it for? I literally party with a rogue. This gives him perma sneak attack. Like, why wouldn't I want this?
Exactly, you party with a roguish person.
Yeah, and has this roguish person ever done anything nefarious
When
around
it
here?
comes to the speaking part, he is the worst.
I know. I'm the best.
I'm just reading
The way that you are the best is by making everyone else think that you're the worst.
Where does it say what level you have to be to actually project an alignment aura? Because he would know that. Or is that like a different edition thing I'm thinking of? I thought it was the same in Pathfinder.
There's auras, alignment aura. It just says a creature's alignment aura reflects the true nature. Blah blah blah. The strength of an alignment aura is based on the creature's hit dice. So what does this go to? Common terms. This just defines alignment, but doesn't say.
Oh yeah, I guess. Oh, okay, yeah, you have to be 5th level or higher to radiate an aura. Okay. He will let you know that he wants to detect alignment on you.
Go for it, bro.
What's your alignment as he casts it?
Chaotic neutral.
Okay. Alright, he'll begrudgingly hand you the scroll and ask for...
It's normally 700.
Yeah, they're not going to give you as big of a discount on these big ticket items.
Boo.
Big.
He'll say 600 gold will
Okay, bye.
be good enough.
Say.
I'll give him 60 platinum.
Thank you. Please use it while and only for good causes.
I just smile at him. Okay. Turn around and leave.
Shakes his head. Alright. Do you auto learn this with take 10?
I think so, because it's 15 plus spell level, which means 19, and on a take 10, I am a 26.
There you go.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
Alright, spell learned after I believe it takes you an hour. Don't forget to update your spellbook pages, because I think that's 4 more pages
Yeah.
for this spell. Anything else anyone else is doing?
No, I think it's at least just waiting for Tay.
I think so, yeah.
Well, I mean, I was sort of planning on just like buying this and then bringing it
Sure.
and
Oh, I meant to
learning
learn it
it
while you're
while we're out there too, because I figure it's
Okay.
gonna be a lot of downtime if not a lot to do. So I was just going to bring it with
Yeah.
and
You know what? I'm gonna bring some history books while we're out there. I'm gonna do some reading because one of the skills I put a single point in this level is knowledge history. You know, because I'm just reading stuff while we're out there.
Alright, what are you wanting to read? Are you taking these books out of the library, or were you getting these history books?
I think I'm borrowing them from the library.
Okay, I think this is the first time these are borrowing books in the library, right?
Yep.
Yeah,
here
so
we go.
I haven't given you the kind of details of the library because you guys kind of just gone in and out, but if you're going to actually want to borrow books, you kind of walk into the library, and at the front desk there's this old man who kind of looks up at you as you come in.
Yo.
Above him is this chained skeleton that's just like kind of like hung up by its arms, like over. It's like 20 feet above, hanging on this like roof part, just like above him, and he kind of lowers his glasses. He's sitting on a stool. He's short, human, old man, and you kind of come up and you're kind of like talking about, I want to borrow some books.
Yeah.
He kind of looks at you over your roguish appearance, and he says, "Well, that's fine there, Sonny, but..." He kind of taps a pen up to above him. "That's the last person who didn't bring back his books on time."
Fair enough.
The-
Well,
Does
you know,
Felix really look like a rogue?
Yeah, Gerald?
I look suave, of course. Only rogues of this much style.
Yeah.
You know, maybe sometimes you could argue a bard, but I'm definitely missing the musical instrument for that. Or,
Yeah.
you know, the colors.
And that comment was out of character. Like, whether or not he thinks you're rogue or not, you don't know. But I'm just saying your appearance is going into his
Well,
thought
I
process.
was planning on bringing it back on time, but now I have motivation to do that as well.
He nods. And he, as you walk through the doors to go to the library, he says, "And we'll know if you don't." And
Yeah.
he kind of pushes his glasses back up and continues reading his book. And yeah, what books are you looking for?
It's just general history books, right?
Just general
I'm
history.
learning the skill. I'm learning knowledge history, so...
Any particular, or are you just general history of the world?
Nope. I'm just general historying of the world, right? I'm just getting... I'm just like, give me history books, right? And he's like, oh, here's a good read.
History for beginners.
Yeah. History for Dummies is the first book I get.
Okay, roll me a d20. 15. Okay, you will get a book called Janoris, A Bloody History. The author's name is, if you care, Elrormior Revirial. Clearly Elven in name.
Alright.
And yeah, it's the general premise is just the world history sub 300 years ago till about 5-10 years ago.
Nice. It's good. It's a good book. It's gonna keep me a while.
Yeah, and you'll notice as you open the front cover, there is a magical rune glowing on it.
Excuse me. What was the time again I had to bring it back in?
Oh, good you asked. You have it for a month.
Oh, okay. I'm not even gonna need it that long, probably. I'm a quick reader.
Yeah, you have that book.
Yep.
Question for you, John.
Mm-hmm.
After I'm working there for 8 hours, can I start potentially working on the forts, or would you say no?
Start working on the forge. What do you mean? Oh,
Basically,
like
like
making
when
the
it's
forge
Yeah, when we get
at the
back.
property? Sure. If you
Okay,
want, like,
then yeah, that's what I'm doing then for a few weeks.
yeah, this you are an ogre, but this will exhaust you at some point, which I don't think you care about. But if anything does randomly happen within the 2 weeks, you might have the exhausted condition the next morning or
I
whatever.
mean, what? 8 hours there? I guess like 6 hours of sleep.
Yeah, imagine doing that like nonstop,
Yeah.
building
it's
stuff.
insane.
You're gonna stress yourself out for sure.
Okay, when I
But-
feel like I'm nearing a point, I will then like stop working on the fort at least.
So you
let's
don't
say-
want to be exhausted condition. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
So I'll say you can work on it like every other day if you don't want to be exhausted.
That works then. So that is
15 or
7 days.
yeah, I thought you were doing a full month. Yeah.
How much and how long will it fucking take me to make that torch?
You can finish it if you get some help from some of the people who work in the forge in the guild hall. Get their like advice and stuff and setting it up. I can say you can finish it in the 2 weeks that you're doing this whole thing. So 7
Okay.
days you can finish it.
How much gold will it cost me? Materials and stuff.
Let's find out.
I'm guessing that are probably priced depending on how fancy I want it. Like the first hour is just like, you know, D&D Home Edition.
Humans and households.
I mean, it's nice honestly because it's different. But it's still like it makes then you want for Mike Cuba as a like event card, right?
So this is
Depending on
actually going
what
to be a lot more expensive than I thought to make a stable
Really?
forge. Yeah, just to make a complete smithy costs a lot. Like if you want like an actual forge. So we're either going to have to put some stipulations of what you can forge here. So like if you want to make metals and stuff, or if you're just like needing a workshop.
I mean, it would basically be a place where like he can make his magical items as well, and then yeah, metal.
Yeah, if it's metal, because usually making magic items, you just need a workshop. Because usually they would just bring the suit of armor in, and then you do the magic, right? You don't need to like create the magic, or create the
But
metal.
yeah, like armor and weapons.
So if you want to actually forge stuff, yeah.
Because there might be changes, then he will need to do that. Yeah.
Yeah, so this is going to cost you, just for this small forge, 3,000 gold.
Sheesh.
Because a normal full-out forge would cost you 24,000 gold. So I'm giving you a huge discount for doing this.
I will use my portable one for now.
Yeah. I think the 7 days are set up like making like a... like, you can make like a forge, but it's not like you couldn't like use this... like, it's basically as good as your portable forge thing. That it's just kind of like only you can use it and stuff like that.
Yeah, I will just use my portable one for now. I will set that up way later when we have more money. Because that will pretty much be everything that I have to my name currently. That's a no. Alright.
Alright, anything we're going over these 2 weeks as the crafting begins?
Yep. Okay, good.
Or can we kind of zoom by?
Work. Yeah, so I'll talk to you later about what I think I want to do over these 2 weeks, but I think I'm bringing spell books and stuff out there with me and doing, like, just chilling and doing like spell research stuff.
Like, not mechanical spell research, just like spell research?
No,
quote-unquote?
like mechanical spell research.
Oh, like you want to make your own spell?
Yeah, potentially.
Oh shit. Okay.
But I didn't figure we have to necessarily, because I still don't like completely have the idea of what I want to do. I'm sort of like trying to combine like a spell I can cast, but like altering it a little bit.
Okay,
So
yeah.
anyway,
So
so-
yeah, you can figure
yeah.
out those details, and we'll because it costs a certain amount per week of research. So we'll figure out those
Yeah.
costs later once you figure out the checks and the DC and all that.
Yeah.
All right, but yeah, we
Uh,
can say you're putting in time to that,
Do you want us to do anything, or do you just want to say 2 weeks go by, John?
unless you guys are doing anything specific. We can hand wave the 2 weeks.
Alright, then... Legend Tech as he prays to Forno every day, doing this work.
Yeah, and you're just offering prayer. Are you doing anything specific?
A lot of cursing is being also spoken while he's making this thing. As if it's his anger being put into Moon.
Yeah.
And then, by the end, yada yada yada, you get handed a, well, yeah, the blade that is on your sheet, Felix.
Swing.
Very, But Moon.
Nice.
Moon is the sister to Sun.
Nice. It certainly looks quite pretty. Also, look over here. That's still a 17.
I always
was-
forget. Oh yeah, it's opposed by their sense mode if you're trained in it.
I am not in it, so it'll just be based on that.
So 10 plus your BAB plus your wisdom mod. So what's your
Ah,
BAB?
My BAB is 5 now, so that's 18.
Yeah, he beats you
Yeah.
by 1.
Distractions.
Right.
Anyway.
During this time though, could like I feel like in some of the downtime we'd explore this little area a little bit. Is there anything else interesting out here? Like, what the hell is this like area?
Yeah, you do have 2 weeks legitimate. Like, can spend.
Where are you exploring? Like deeper into this cave, or
So what? Like, I don't think we ever like really looked into it. So is it a cave or like what was?
yeah?
that?
So the surrounding area is like a little village, and there was these like huge gates there that were destroyed, and then like an interior cave. So it seemed like long ago the wizard told you that this was some old forgotten village. Something happened here. The people died, and this creature.
And by legends, there is a treasure here.
Yeah. So that was like the history of this place. And so yeah, that's the context of it. And now you want to search deeper into the cave, or you want to go search the surrounding area, or where are you looking?
I mean, I guess I'd be more interested in the cave a little bit. I'd bring Gerald with me and be like, yo, let's go like fucking check out this cave. I don't know if there's something down here, or like just
Yeah.
like what is this or why is it here? Like,
Yeah, so immediately you guys knew from the fight you had, it's very unworked. So the doors were the only like manufactured thing, but they were destroyed. And now it's just it looks like it was a natural cave that these doors were placed upon. So as we discussed, it's very dark in here. There's no light. Do you have ways to see?
I'm pretty sure we got me dark vision spells, so I would give Gerald dark vision.
Yeah.
And how long does that last for? It's like hours or something. Right? I think
Yeah, let me find it. I forget what level it is.
it's level
Like it's
2.
second level, right?
Yeah. Just want to know the duration because it'll.
I think it was an hour. I'm like 90% sure it was an hour.
Hour per level, nice. Okay, so yeah, this will 7 hours, a good whole adventuring day. You guys can make your way on one of these first days to search.
And of course, if you need me to come, Crest the Pearl.
Yep.
Yeah, after about 6 hours of adventuring through this cave, you can kind of walk in, and it slowly gets like smaller and smaller, more claustrophobic, if you were, as you get deeper into the cave. It's kind of a straight and narrow. But yeah, eventually it just gets to a point where it literally you'd have to either shrink yourself to keep going down this smaller and smaller tunnel, or do something as it eventually just gets too small for you to like walk forward. But you can still
Yeah,
see
and,
it
like,
goes further.
Do we want to keep going?
I mean, have we seen any signs of
Yeah, give me.
anything?
I guess you could be taking your time. So you guys can give me your take 20s perceptions. So what's the highest you get?
33 for me.
33,
29 for me.
33 and 29.
Although, if it's traps,
Oh, do you have trap sense? Like, do you have an auto check if there's a trap?
I'm not sure if there's an auto sense, but I do.
Don't
have
get an
ability
auto,
related
no.
to that. It's called trap finding. There you go. Yeah, that's just. It's essentially I just add half my level to locate traps and also disable device checks, and I can disarm magical traps, which is pretty cool.
True. Yeah, they well, I forgot how detecting a magical trap works.
I don't know.
I
if you
think
mentioned-
usually it's perception to be able to see if there's a trap, but you may not know that it's a magical trap. You just
Yeah.
can see it's a trap, and then detecting that it's magical, you would probably have to use like detect magic to realize
Yeah,
that it's
it's
a magical
25
trap.
plus the spell level. What's your perceptions? Oh yeah, okay. Yeah, you guys get up to this. As you're getting up there, you guys do notice with that perception there was very faint traces of these big claw marks along the side of the wall. Seems like this cave was dug out by some big creature. And as you get to this small area where you're kind of looking, you can kind of see through, but you can't get through any further. You do notice that there is a magical trap here.
Interesting.
And let me see the DC exactly to see if you can get any details about it. It is 25 plus spell level. Ooh. Actually, Gerald doesn't see this one. Tay barely notices this. There are these 2 gems that you just barely can make out on the side of this hole that are just like radiating some sort of magical trap.
Okay, I guess I detect magic on them, see if I can get a little more understanding about what the magic might be on it.
Sure. Give me the, what is it, knowledge arcana to get the school?
Yeah.
Yes. But-
Oh, nice.
I'm gonna
I
double
can't
check
take
the
10
DC.
on that, can I? I didn't know if I could. I didn't know if that's...
I
Because you can
think,
technically take 10 on, like, anything if you're not in danger, right?
except for knowledges, I think, because I think
Oh.
take 10, you're doing it like as an action, and then like knowledge checks are like I don't think you can, but
Okay.
I could be wrong, but pretty sure you can't.
That one I have no comment on.
Unless you find another ruling, I'm pretty sure you can. But anyway, just double checking the DC. Identify auras while using detect magic is 15 plus the spell level. Yeah, you're not sure what school this is.
Alright.
This
Should I try
says-
disable it?
You
Nowhere in
would
Pathfinder
know-
Core rulebook does it say that you can't take 10 on a knowledge check. By Raw, one can take 10 on any roll except UMD, provided they are not under stress in combat, in immediate danger, etc., unless you have the explicit ability to do so. The wording is admittedly a bit unclear for Lore Master. The requirements, blah blah blah. However, when Old Thread. While Raw does not specifically state that you must be able to retry to take a 10, most people seem to agree. And that, okay. So basically they're saying by Raw, you could. In practicality, most people rule that if it's a check that you can't repeat, like typically a knowledge check, you can't just sit here and repeat your knowledge check over and over to try to
Which
like
makes
figure
sense.
it out, then you would not be able to take 10 on it.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with that just because.
'Kay.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Seems
I mean, it
weird
makes
to take
sense,
10
like,
on a
like,
knowledge
yeah.
check. Yeah. Do you want to try
I
to
sort of
disable
feel
it?
like that's like, in my opinion, like what a library is kind of doing. It's essentially like sort of like letting you take 10 on a knowledge, but it's just giving you like a 10 bonus technically. I feel like that makes more sense because you're getting like the aid of like books and things to help you be like, oh yeah, I remember this, or like, oh, whatever, versus you just trying to use your own memory.
But I kind
Um,
of really want to try and disable it, but
Do you want to give me a spellcraft? I think you can use that to identify some things about this.
well, I have no spellcraft.
Can I?
Yeah.
A little better.
No idea what this stuff is. You're just confident that this seems very.
You know
Since you
what?
are a learned wizard, you feel like it's dangerous.
I'm gonna disable it.
I'm
Felix,
gonna
do it.
stand
tell us
back.
this.
Godspeed.
You might just.
I'm gonna
trigger
be a
the
good
teleport.
30. I'm gonna be 60 feet back because I can see dark vision 60
Alright.
feet. So I'm gonna stand 60
I'm
feet
gonna
back. from him.
disable the magical trap, and I am going to use my thing where I can roll a skill check with advantage, boys.
All right. Are there any buffs you can give him before he rolls this?
Actually, yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna take off my armor.
Oh, so,
I could give you. I think heroism gives you buffs, right?
I don't know if it
Does
gives
it
it to
give
skill
skill
checks. Double
Plus
check. Might be really good if
saves
it
and
does.
skill checks, yeah.
All right.
+2 to skill check. So have yourself some heroism.
Thank you, thank you.
Anything else that would buff you? Do.
What did we see when it comes?
Would this is based off your dex, or wait, what is the skill based off of? What, like, ability score?
It
Yes,
is
it should be dex.
based off dexterity.
Okay, so I can give you that.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think I have any level 1 spells that are at all beneficial. And
For some reason, my armor check penalty is not disappearing, even though I unequipped my armor. Oh well.
Is there anything you have equipped that's
Nope.
interfering with that?
New. Oh, apparently. Wait.
More.
Wait, what?
Something bugged?
Burglar's bracers is maybe fucking with things.
Alright,
Alright, I'll change that to miscellaneous.
you said the Gox was good, right, on the house? Done.
Slot is.
Sorry, what was that?
You said they were good with locks in the house, right?
Yes. Which I think is
So
like a
it's
DC
superior.
25.
30.
Oh, okay, yeah, there you go.
And it can only go up to superior after that, so.
Okay, I'm checking right now if anything.
yeah, that's the only
Don't meta the song change.
oh god.
Nah, it's just having a bit of suspense while I'm crafting, of course.
Of course.
Yeah. Oh. Oh, now it disappeared for some reason. Okay, well.
I just took a bit to update the armor.
Well.
Good luck, Feely.
Mm,
You remember, currently you do not have moon.
yeah, I'm aware. I don't need moon for this. It doesn't give me a bonus.
True.
How would we like a 41?
Holy shit!
That might
No
actually
way.
be enough for a magical.
19 plus 22, 41.
Yup.
Wow.
God damn.
Against all odds, Gerald kind of sticks a little pocket knife into the. There's two gems. So the hole is like 3 feet by 3 feet, too small for you guys to go through. But these two gems. So if you were to like squeeze, you could probably squeeze through them. You would have had to touch them, which you can surmise would have been the trigger for this trap. But you kind of stick a pocket knife and you kind of just wiggle it in between the gems, carefully popping out these two sapphires that kind of like plop on the floor, and the magic kind of dissipates as these gems are no
These
longer.
sapphires look like they would now be worth a decent
Yes, these look like
Yeah,
they're
let's pick
very
these up.
good sapphires.
amount. I'm double checking that the magic is gone
Yeah,
completely
you can.
before I touch
You have
them.
your detect magic up, and as he like pops
Yeah.
one out, the magic starts like fading, and then he pops the other one out, and the magic like dissipates from the stones. The trap
Alright, I'm
is
picking up
disabled.
these
Then
sapphires.
what was
Let's
the
go.
DC?
Well,
33.
Okay.
And if you fail by 5 or more, it triggers the trap.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Was this like a disintegration trap or something?
you'll never know.
I don't know. And you know, that's good.
Okay, so I want to say, like, looking through this, can we see
60
a
feet
ways,
in, yeah.
Or like,
You can see in like 60 feet down, it just keeps going, and it just seems to not shrink any further. It's just like this 3 feet by 3 feet little
So-
tunnel.
Anyway, you want to go in there because we could.
this seems a little creepy, but yeah, I do, but it seems a little creepy.
All right, I'm gonna have to read in my book for a little bit. And I
This
open up
person
my
doesn't
spell
last
book.
that long, Felix. Oh, well, I guess it lasts minutes. So
Oh, reduce doesn't last that long. Wait, oh, it's minutes.
minutes.
True.
Yeah, it's minutes per level. And I don't know what level you count as for this thing.
I count as my full level.
Oh, well,
I'm level 7.
and 7 minutes what it would be.
I have an idea.
Also, Gorga's getting nervous outside because we've been gone for like 6 hours.
No, hasn't been that long.
John said you were
6
down there
hours,
6 hours.
yeah.
Yeah,
A normal adventuring day is 8 hours, so if they were if
but
they
you know,
were
it hasn't
searching.
been that long for us.
Yeah, but it's like, yeah, but yeah, that's weird.
Yeah, well, if they're in danger, they crush the pearls. They must be fine wherever they are.
Yeah.
Could I send an unseen servant through? Like, can unseen servants like communicate with you?
I don't know if
Like-
they can communicate, but
Yeah,
it
I
has
was trying to look at
they
it.
stay within range of your spell, I think. Which is
Do they? It's
yeah.
20 feet plus 5. I didn't know that they stayed in range of it. Because it says they can run and fetch things.
Maybe I'm making that up. I'm pretty sure it says it can stay within range.
No, yeah, I'm pretty sure it's true. But it has
Cannot
like,
attack. I don't see where it says it stays within range. It's an
I think that's
invisible,
just a
mindless,
general
shapeless
rule.
force that performs simple tasks at your command. It can run and fetch things.
Oh, the very
I guess
last line. Very last line.
The servant ceases to exist.
If you attempt to send it beyond the spell's range.
Spell's range.
And
As
that's
your
also
command.
just a general rule, I think, in
Okay.
Pathfinder as well.
yeah, I mean it's also like
Okay.
that in like D&D. So
Yeah.
Yeah, well, spells in Pathfinder are frequently very different than D&D.
True.
So,
Yeah.
true.
Yeah, because it's a shapeless force, so yeah, it could just like squeeze through there if you wanted, but it only could
Yeah.
go whatever that
The
distance
range
is.
is 20 feet plus 5
55
feet. For 2
feet?
levels. So I guess like
Less than you can see.
Yeah, so you can see 60 feet and the tunnel still goes on, so it wouldn't
yeah.
be able to do anything different than what you already can see.
Yeah, I mean, we could go in a little bit, right? 7 minutes isn't that long, but it's long enough to go in a little bit to get back out, right?
I mean, couldn't they screen it, John?
Yeah, let's look up squeezing.
Like, I can't fit in there no matter what.
Well,
happens.
yeah, we can probably like crawl through, right? If it's 3 by 3 feet, I can like shimmy on through, but
Just the whole squeezing brutal.
You can squeeze through
I'm
into a
not
space that is at least half as
claustrophobic.
wide as your normal space. So yeah, you
Yeah.
can, as a medium creature, you can squeeze into a quote-unquote small space.
what I'm saying is I'm not claustrophobic IRL, but that's not a place I want to squeeze into.
What if can I put invisibility on my Jerboa and send it through, and can it like communicate back to me what it's seeing and like?
You can I believe you can communicate emotions only with a familiar at that level. Let's check.
Oh,
But it can come back to you and talk to you, I think, if you wanted. Let's look at familiar. Your 7th level, right? So speak with animals of kind. It can speak with master, but at distance it can only convey. It has an empathic link. You can,
okay, so I just get
yeah.
emotions for it. Okay, I mean I'm gonna give it a try. I will have it go through, and I will like communicate
What's
to
a
it like,
Jerboa?
if what?
What's a Jerboa?
It's like a small, I don't know. It's kind of. I don't know how to explain it. It's like a. I don't know how to explain what Jerboa.
Well,
what
that
a
sounds
Jerboa
like-
is.
Can it see in the darkness? That's all that matters.
I can cast a dark vision on it.
Ah, okay.
So I'll send my Jerboa out. I'll
Jerboas are
tell it-
like a little mouse-looking creature.
Yeah, I was like,
Yeah.
it's kind of like a gerbil hamster, but like bigger, and it has like a bigger tail, so it's
Mhm.
kind of like
Bigger
that.
ears, I think.
Yeah. So I'll send it through, and
Oh,
it
one of
if
those.
you see like anything that scares you or anything frightening, come back. Like, stay safe. Just go check it out before we attempt to go in there.
So you cast dark vision on it,
Yeah.
and then what? You just put it in the hole and it scurries through.
Yeah.
Okay. What's its movement rate?
And then
See, 20
technically,
feet.
well, that's.
Hmm?
I was gonna say technically, it would take a long time, But if it got somewhere where it could see something interesting, and we don't want to squeeze through, but we want to see what it's seeing, I could then scry on my jerboa and see what it's seeing. However, scrying takes an hour, but
Yeah, the cast time would take an hour, and you told it to come back if it's scared. So
yeah.
if it sees
Well, if
something
it
it's scared,
sees,
then it's
like,
gonna run
yeah.
back to you. Okay.
Well, yeah,
At one
obviously.
point, you're also
like,
gonna have the problem with Gorp being out there. 'Cause you're gonna be gone at one point for 8 hours.
All right, you send it through, and about half a minute later, you'll get an empathic link of frightened or whatever, and
okay.
it'll run back. So a minute later, about a minute and 10 seconds later, it's back, and you can
Okay.
speak to it if you want.
Yeah, I want to ask it what it saw. If it can describe to me what it saw.
I'm not gonna try to RP a Jerboa voice, but it says,
Yeah, no, I think you just. Yeah.
Master, I saw that big.
There's treasure, more than the eye can see.
Okay, what scared you though?
There's these large eggs in there.
Oh shit.
Oh, shy.
What color? Or I guess I don't know if eggs portray color.
Like,
Dark Vision's black and white anyway.
True. Okay. God damn. Did you see any large creatures or just treasure and eggs?
Just treasure and eggs, but whatever laid those eggs must be massive.
Yeah, I have a feeling what. If I look at those claw marks I saw on the wall now, am I getting the vibe that they look like dragon-sized?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Well, it can't be that big of a dragon because it's squeezing through this whole.
I mean, I
hole.
don't. Dragons can change their shape and
Alright.
size, and
especially the older they get.
yeah, especially if it's super old and powerful.
Well,
it can.
My history book hasn't said anything about that yet. I'm not at that part yet, so thanks for spoiling.
Well, this is some interesting info. I don't think we should go through this whole ourselves, but definitely interesting info. And I don't know what we do with it though.
Mm-hmm.
I think we just found dragon eggs. I wonder if that's what the thing was guarding. Can I? Can I share memory with a jerboa?
Yeah, why
Can I
not?
get its memory of what it saw?
Sure.
Okay. I want to. Yeah, I want to share memory. I'm just finding it so that I can deduct these spells. I'm not. Since we're not in danger, I'm. I would be having to use my Arcanist exploits right now
Sure.
to change spells out, but.
Yeah. Yeah, you can share memory. You get the memory of it just emerging through the hole into as it emerges out of it doesn't go out of the hole, but it gets to the end of the hole, and then it opens up to this huge cavern where there's just like piles of coin. You can't tell what type because it's black and white. But yeah, it looks around, scans the room, and in the center there's 3 eggs that are like the size of you, probably like 5 feet big eggs. And that's when it like freaks out and runs back.
Yeah. Okay. I'm gonna say I think we should go back to Gorg now, but I do want to try to maybe. Do you have to scry on a person, or can you scry on an area?
Person.
You was
It
quite
says
married.
creature at any distance. Says creature.
Yeah, clairvoyance is for area.
Yeah. Scrying
But Claire,
is-
I guess it. Yeah, I guess I can do clairvoyance with... Also, I should be able to see it with my innate dark vision. Okay, so let's go back out.
Heading back out.
And then when we get out there, when we're chilling, I want to clear audience
Right.
clairvoyance on
So
the
here's the
area
thing I need
to...
become these first. It takes me like 6 hours to get to that distance.
Yep,
Yeah.
6 hours to get back.
At 10 hours. Gorgas at least is getting antsy.
Yeah, they walked in that cave 6 hours or 10 hours ago at this point. Haven't heard from them since. There's no crushing of any stones, which is their directive to do if they need you. So they, wherever they are, they don't seem to want you there or need you.
Yeah, but another thing that also comes to course mind is if something just ambushed them.
Yeah, maybe they both got ambushed by that Medusa thing. Maybe they're both turned into stone. No chance to crush a stone in that case.
I think at the 11th hour he's heading in.
Sure, you will run into them an hour into the mouth of the cave.
Hey!
Bloody Christ.
Yo!
What's up, bro? I think we found dragon eggs.
True. Also, this cave's like super fucking deep.
Yeah,
Like,
and we
I
got
think we've been here.
sapphires?
Oh, a couple
Like
hours.
Ursula?
True. We got cash.
I have a lot of mixed emotions currently. Let's just get back home and we can talk there.
Yeah, I need to
Okay.
cast some spells.
True.
Would I know the 400 feet plus 40 feet per level? Can we go back home and meet Clairaudience Clairvoyance? Is that going to be out of range?
Out of range.
Okay, so I'm probably going to be like, wait, after we get out of the cave, I'm going to sit and do it. It's only a minute per level. Or casting time 10 minutes and then... last
6
minute per
hours
level.
walking is further than 400 feet per. You have to cast it in the cave.
Oh, okay. Well, then I would be doing that.
You'd have to walk back
in.
in pretty close. You'd have to get like basically at that mouth of that cave again.
Okay, well, then I
Back.
would have done it before we left. I didn't realize that I wouldn't be in range.
Okay, you want to
I
cast
thought
it
I
when you're
could-
there?
Yeah, I thought I could leave the cave and then cast it out there and I would still be in range. So if
Sure.
I know that I wouldn't be, I would have cast it while we
Sure,
were still
yeah.
in
It doesn't
there.
change the timeline. I think it's only like you only can do it for like 10 minutes, right?
Yeah, essentially takes me 10 minutes to cast and I could have it on for 7 minutes. So it's like 17 minutes.
Yep. Keep it in
Difference.
chat just so I can read it.
Yeah, and I'm actually going to cast it. Actually, I think I will cast it twice. One doing audio, one doing visual.
Sure.
Smart.
Because I want to know if I hear any like sounds of like dragon breath or something somewhere.
What's the first one? Audio or visual?
The first one will be visual, and then the second one will be audio.
You can't see anything.
I can't.
Nope.
You could last time. No, that was also dark.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, fuck.
Something's blocking you.
Interesting. Would I have an idea that if this is working, there must be like anti-divination magic going on, probably?
Yeah. And from the memory, now that you're thinking back of it, when the Jerboa was like walking to the hole, it literally saw
Yeah.
like nothing until it like poked its head through the like ending of the hole, and then the room like kind of came into vision.
Okay. Okay. All right, then yeah, I'm not casting it twice if I get nothing from my first one, because I'm going to surmise that the darkness should not be affecting me because my Jerboa had dark vision. I should be able to see what the Jerboa saw, so there must be anti-divination magics protecting it.
Mm-hmm.
So I will not cast the second one.
But there's some illusion magic as well.
Yeah. All
Because
right.
like the Jabba would have able to the events on it that came, and that wouldn't be divination. So.
Zooming back to meeting up
Yeah.
with Gorg and getting outside the cave. It's kind of very late to travel back to town now, but you can if you want. or you can sleep here.
You know what? I think we've earned our sleep out here today.
Yeah, you guys can find some houses if you want, or just literally sleep in the mouth of the cave, whatever you guys want.
I'm gonna find a house and
Yeah.
cause fuck that shit, and we're alarming this house.
Oh, you
don't,
have a alarm?
don't you have
I
that
do.
fancy thing you talked about last time?
Oh yeah, don't you have like a hut or something, or no?
Uh.
Oh, bye.
Goodbye, Christian.
Did he misclick or did he lose
Welcome
internet?
back.
Oh, he's still there. He
I
is.
do have rope trick.
Okay. Are you there, Christian? Are you alive?
Um,
Oh, okay.
this could have bad to restart.
It's all good.
What do we do about the horses?
Oh, they chillin'.
Yeah, you can tie them up to something. It's not a big deal.
Well, it's just more if we're sleeping in the rope trick, we should probably have them like near the horses.
Oh, sure, yeah.
I mean, we could literally position the rope trick where it's like right above our horses, kind of, you
Yeah.
know, so that then, because the alarm is then right below, so like the horses will be like within. Can I designate on the alarm to not go off from the horses?
Yeah, I think anything
Or-
within it is fine. It's just if they are going in and out of the aura. So you can position it where like they're tied
I'll
up
just
and they're
make
not
sure
gonna...
they're tied up with enough, like that they can't physically walk out of it. That their brains aren't like letting them like move that far away.
Do you want the alarm to be a mental ping, or do you want it to be an audible alarm?
Audible.
Okay.
I'll find like some nearby grass or something that they can eat on while we sleep.
Rope trick. Creatures in the... They're hidden. The space holds up to many as 8 creatures of any size. Okay. We're good.
I mean, technically, then we could have the horses in there.
Yeah, then you have to like lift
Fuck
them
no.
up into it or some shit, which is kind of stupid. And yeah, I would just say like part of the spell is you have to like climb the rope. So whatever. Yeah, so you guys can rest in the rope trick. No alarm will wake you up, and you'll awaken in the morning
Yeah.
to a brand new day.
A whole new day.
Well,
What is the
Just
plan for
gonna-
today?
well, Gog is just immediately gonna go start crafting unless they need him or something.
All right, back to work. Forging, creating, crafting.
All right.
I'll talk if you need me or something.
Sure. Okay. How do we want to fuck with this cave?
First question, do we wanna? If it is a dragon.
I mean, Jerboa didn't see any signs of a actual dragon in there.
True.
So
Certainly
how?
needs more
Okay, so if it took
investigating.
the Jerboa took like a minute.
Uh,
You said
Give
it was
me
like
an
a
in
minute
check.
and a half.
yeah, I'll give me an in check and I'll see how precise your wizard can time it. Yeah, it was like a minute and a half there and back. The travel through the...
Oh, there and back.
Yeah.
Oh, so like, sorry, a minute and a half each way, or in a minute and a half to get down there and back to us.
Second one. Yeah.
So it was about 45 seconds, then presumably a direction.
Sure.
So.
And if you want to
and-
math it out, you could times 6 seconds per the movement speed of the Jerboa to get a rough estimate of...
So I don't actually know. Did you actually look at the Jerboa movement speed?
Did
Or-
I? I don't know. Am I just making it all up? Who knows? Jerboas move
Oh,
20
what's
feet
math?
per round.
Okay, so 20 feet. So it'd be about 7. And was it regular moving or double moving? It could communicate to me and tell me how fast it was going.
Yeah, it was just doing regular movement each round.
Okay, so it was approximately 7.5 rounds. We'll just round up to 8 rounds at a 20 movement speed. That's about 160 feet I think I can easily get through that in like a
Just so you
couple
know, when you're
rounds.
squeezing, you move slow, like half speed. The
Yeah, but
Jerboa is
I'm-
moving full speed, but yeah.
But I'm gonna dimensional slide, so does
Oh.
that? I guess
If you
my
can,
movement part of it could be half speed, but the
you
dimensional
have to see
slide
where you're
could be-
going.
I don't think so. Let me look at it.
Also, during the night or during whatever, I wanted to take a nice good look at these sapphires, and click the
Oh yeah,
appraise
any
button.
location she can see. So I would have to start squeezing into it, see as far as I can, dimensional slide to that point.
Yeah, you could probably do that. Gerald, you're looking at these sapphires while you're rocking yourself to sleep. You have 2 of these. Each one, you're confident, can fetch you around 10,000 gold. You have
Nice.
2.
Nice.
We're
If you
gonna
want to
be
sell them
rich.
for more than half, then you need to do some haggling.
We'll see. I feel like that's not necessarily the case with gems.
Well, that's at least what I did with the other ones that was part of the loot table. I just sold them for half.
You fool.
I mean, John haven't told me anything otherwise when it comes to selling things. He usually says half the market value. Are the rules different for gems, John?
Technically, I guess as Felix would be right because it's a currency. But
Yeah, gems are essentially currency.
if someone's gonna buy it off you, they probably won't want to spend what they want to trade it for. And these are specific items because you took them from a
Special components.
component. Yeah.
Yeah.
So they would follow under the rules of you probably can't get 10,000 for them because that's what someone would pay for them. So. Yeah,
Let's
because
say
these
you
aren't
found
gems like currency. These are gems because they're a component, is what gives them their value.
Yeah, fair enough. It's like, sir, there is a price tag on here. And
So, in other words, if you find a wizard, you could probably get more for it instead of just going to auto selling or whatever. Because they're worth 10,000 gold to a wizard each.
Potentially, the divination guy might be interested. Who knows?
Okay, so the only thing I can think of for me to get through it, because I unfortunately don't really have any spells that change size unless we want to go back to town at some point, and I could get scrolls to be able to do that, but I could dimensional slide. I think it would take me about 3 rounds, and I could be at the end.
And due to just exchange spells by the books. Or is that not a thing?
Who are you asking? Sorry.
But basically, those like they can't they just like exchange spells with a book. Does it have to be a scroll?
No, I could learn it out of a spell book, I guess, if I wanted to. Reduce person. So if we have reduced person on us, then do we no longer have to squeeze?
Correct. If you have reduced person, you can just move your normal whatever.
I have
So
spell.
Yeah, I'm saying if I learned it out of your spell book,
Mhm.
I could cast it as well. So we would both have castings of it, which would last us 7 to 9 minutes per level. I mean, we could easily cast it on ourselves, get through, and have another casting to get back. How many spells do you get a day with your stuff?
I get 3, and I have another 3 in my ring, but none of the ones in my ring are currently. Well, there's 1
Yeah.
reduce in there, but not 2.
And technically, you can borrow my spell still, so you can get 1 more.
I'm not sure if that works for me. I don't think it don't
Do
necessarily.
you
does.
memorize the feelings, or is it like
No, I
spontaneous?
don't. I don't memorize them.
Okay,
I
then
use them
no,
like
you
as a spell-like
cannot.
ability.
Yeah, you cannot.
Yeah.
But Tay would. Baker is just like, if you want me to follow you. Then,
Nah, you're too large.
I mean, not with reduce. Then I can squeeze.
You're too large.
Well, what do you think? Do you want to go back through and try to get through the hole, or?
I kinda really wanna.
Okay, well, let me learn the spell from your book.
Then I will have to ask you guys this. At what point should I assume you're dead?
I don't know, give it like 20 hours.
Fair enough.
Alright. I guess we venture back down.
Yeah, 6 hours. You get back up to the mouth of the hole.
I was about to say, can you do it on this day if you're just learning it today? But I guess
Yeah.
like the whole thing you can do. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think we reduce person up and start crawling.
Did you want me spell the Pearl
No.
of Power? No.
No.
Okay.
I'm fine.
We good.
Alright, you guys turn a size smaller and squeeze through the hole.
One thing I will do. I'll take this with you,
Okay. Thanks.
as I give you a wand of cure moderate.
Cool, thanks.
Yeah, you guys crawl for undetermined amount of time until you reach the end of the cave, and it looks completely black. But when you stick your head through, I don't know who's first, Gerald or Tay.
You know, I'm sneaky. So I'm firsting.
Go for it.
Look at me. I'm being extra sneaky. I'm pressing the sneaky button. There you go. I'm sneaky.
Yeah, you sneakily stick your head through this like black kind of vapor blocking your vision, and suddenly as you stick your head through the end of the cave, the whole giant room opens up to you, and I assume you have dark vision cast on you. In the black and white, it's completely dark in here. There's, as the Jerboa said, piles of coins in different corners. With your identification, because you're like a human, so you pay attention to stuff, you can see there's a glass case in one corner with a few potions and scrolls. On another side of the room, you see another glass case with sticks, wands, supposedly, and a ring, a glove, and a pouch in it. And in the center of the room, cleared around it, in this like little concave, are 3 eggs that are... I guess I should get an actual size on these things.
The thing that I'm most interested in right now is there any other way out of here that I see?
As you look around, you're limited to 60 feet, right? With dark vision? Yeah, you look around all in vision of 60 feet. The room must be bigger. Is it your vision like clouds around the 60-foot cone? You'd have to like hop down and check it out further. So yeah, where you are, you're like as you look down, you're like maybe 40 feet. There's a 40-foot drop. You're like in a hole in the walls. You look up, and it goes up 60 feet higher than you can see. But bottom, you can see the floor. There's coins and stuff. You estimate it's about 40 feet down.
Interesting. Yep. I turn around and whisper. Seems like a pretty big drop here.
You need some assistance with that?
No, I think I'm good actually.
Are you
but-
sure? I can
Then
make
maybe I
you
need-
fly.
Oh, that sounds amazing.
Sorry, small
I don't
correction.
know.
The eggs would be mechanically small size. So like 2.5 feet by 2.5 feet ish. Same size as you now.
It technically starts smaller with dragons, don't they?
Yeah.
I'm gonna give both of us fly, and I'll be upping caster level to bring it to 9 minutes.
What did you cast? Oh, fly. On both of you?
Yeah, on both of us, and I'm using 2 of my things to up my caster level.
We fly in
So we get a
boys.
couple extra minutes of it to look around.
Basically, that also is a good thing you can say, because then you will grow, and then you will have like 2 minutes left or so on it.
Mhm.
Okay. Yeah. Guys are flying. You want to fly out of the hole?
Yep.
All right.
Fly out of the hole. Trigger the alarm.
No alarm. You're flying in the middle of the room. Tell me where you want to
Immediately
go.
I come out, I want to start detecting magic. I'm trying
Yeah.
to
You
figure out
cast.
While I look and see where there's any other entry/exit points.
All right, let me do the detect magic first. You scan 60 feet, detect magic.
Yeah.
Immediately, the edges of the room, well, 60 feet, yeah. So like the edges of the wall to right where you came from are lined with magic.
Mhm. I do want to do a knowledge arcana for school. I'm thinking it's gonna be like, is it
Sure.
abjuration that does like protection against
Uh-huh.
the divination? Yeah. That's what I'm assuming it's
Yeah.
going to be.
Observative magic along the
Okay.
walls.
All right.
You're looking at those cases that
I'm
grab
not
your eye as
super
well.
concerned about the cases yet. I'm more concerned of scanning to see if there's anything else that seems like dangerous things we need to be worried of.
Sure.
Like, is there anything that looks like a trap? Is there anything that looks like an alarm? Is there anything that looks like it's gonna like alert someone to our presence? I'm
Is there,
looking
like,
for
a
anything
huge
like
magical
that
bolt
first.
in the middle of the room with teeth?
Yeah, you just do your quick scan. The cases are radiating magic, but you're kind of not looking about that. And the center of the room, the eggs, there is a 10-foot radius of magic around them. It's like a
Does it
sphere
seem like
of
magic cast around the eggs, not like radiating out of the eggs? Or would I be able to tell?
It seems to be like some barrier around them.
Okay, I'm
you
just
can't really
curious,
see.
so I'm
It kind of
gonna
blocks
try
your
to-
sight to the eggs when you're looking at it. It's like magic surrounding them.
Ugh.
So whether they're
That's not great.
it's emanating from them. You're trying to get the aura on that. 25. What's the DC again?
I think it's 15,
15 plus spell level. And what'd you get? Sorry, what'd you roll?
25.
Abjuration.
Okay, so some sort of protective magic on the eggs. Okay, makes sense.
And then if you concentrate longer, you get the strength of it.
Yeah, I would technically get strength before I would get this, so I would know the strength of it.
Right, yeah, that's true.
Yeah, let me just read the chart again.
I think it's Fame, Moderate, Mage, and Mage is like 7+, I think.
For functioning spells, you would get the center of the room to be strong.
Oh yeah.
And
if we see
along-
overwhelming, we flee.
Along the wall, you would get moderate.
Okay. Makes sense. A little bit more strong protective magic on the eggs that they're guarding. And I'm pretty sure the stuff around the wall is probably anti-divination, probably so people can't be like, let me locate object, dragon egg. It would protect from that.
Also seems like it also just like blocks sight normally, right? Because you still couldn't see anything until like you actually was like.
Well, yeah, obviously it's blocking sight and it's blocking divination magic, so it's like a twofold. Because technically, trying to clear audience clairvoyance, I would be clear audience clairvoyancing into the room, because I'd be using the point of the memory from the Jerboa when it poked its head through and could actually see, so it would have been pinpointed in. So if I'm getting nothing from that, it means
Yeah.
whatever this is blocks divination magic.
And Gerald, how are you looking for other entrances? Are you flying up, round? Where are you going?
Well, right. I can see this one entrance where I'm at, right? And within a 60 feet radius range, I can't see anything, right? So I'm gonna fly a little bit into the room
Mm-hmm.
so that I can still see the wall. I'm just gonna fly around along the wall, just scanning, and then the top.
Like the labyrinth
Looking
room.
around.
Go to the left. Just keep going left. Is it right?
Yeah, just look through.
Yeah, you guys can give me perception checks. You can give me your take 20s if you want. Remind me what they are.
33.
How long is
29.
check 20 again? Is it like time-wise? Is what I mean.
2
It's 2
minutes. I'm
minutes.
assuming you guys are okay taking 2 minutes to scan the room
Yeah.
carefully.
My basically is I want to make sure there's no there wasn't any crazy magic, and then after that I'm just gonna be taking 20, checking this place out. I don't know that we're planning on trying to take anything from here right now.
Nope.
I just want to
don't
get
think
as
so.
much info as I can about it.
Oh, so I couldn't remember. It's like 10 or 20, 2 or 20, 2 or 10 minutes. Words are hard.
Yeah, those perceptions are good. You will notice that there are these burly humanoid figures cut out of blue crystal that shine with an inner light amongst the treasure. There's like 2 or 3 of them spread out amongst the floor of the area.
Oh, they actually give off light since they're blue?
Yeah, well, you wouldn't know it's blue, but you can tell because you're black and white right now. But it would be, you could tell it's like shining a light very faintly. You can give me a knowledge. Haven't done this one in a while. I think it's engineering, but no, knowledge arcana.
Oh. It's engineering is usually like...
Ugh,
18
horrible roll.
is not enough to know what this is.
Do you have knowledge arcana yet, Felix, or no?
Nah, fuck that.
But yeah, there's some sort of like humanoid creatures. They're just standing still. They're just standing in place in these areas. But Gerald, as you're noticing those as you're scanning around, and if you fly up about another 60 feet, you will see that there is an opening going up. That's like big. It's like what's the size of this thing?
It's the way out.
It's like 30 feet by 30 feet. Giant. It's as big as the big cave you entered in initially, kind of. But it goes up. But yeah, you can scan around the other room, and that seems to be the only other way in or out besides this little hole there.
Noted.
Yeah, so you guys are just flying in the middle of the room.
Yeah, and I think we got as much info as we were gonna get this cycle, and we're gonna leave.
Yeah. So I think we get close back to the hole. We'll have to time it so we'll get big. We'll know we'll have like 2 minutes-ish left of our fly. Get close back to the hole, recast, reduce person, and then sort of, I guess we could like semi-fly through the hole as long as we can until
Sure.
fly drops off, and then we're back to crawling.
Alright, and you're heading back out?
Yeah.
Yep.
Alright, another 6 hours to back out. And you're back out to the brisk night sky, with the sounds of crafting
Yeah, because
echoing.
I would have been done by now.
Yeah.
Hey, maybe you took a break.
Then to the hole, made sure
Well,
they're
that's
fed and
fun.
gave them some
We're
water.
having fun, right?
Yeah. Well, what the hell do we do with this information?
True.
Oh, it's you. They're alive. That's good. So, did you learn anything?
Well,
We learned that it's a really big cave with lots of treasure, and there's protective magic around the edges of the room, which is why I couldn't cast spells and see in. There's protective magic on the eggs, and there's weird stone humanoid people, and a big hole in the ceiling.
How
Mhm.
big?
In the
Like,
ceiling?
imagine how big you are,
Yeah.
and then imagine
Double? Triple?
okay, so think of how big you are, right? And then think of how big a giant is compared to you, right?
I've never seen a giant so that.
Okay. Think of back when you were a little boy, right? And you looked up at other very large people.
Slight memory, mostly repressed. What I think.
Okay. Think
Remember little.
about you're standing around and there's like a 4-story building.
Are there 4-story buildings in Geffen, John?
Very few, but yeah, there are some.
Oh, I've seen some. Now, okay, this is because of the How big are your 4-story buildings? Would you say tall wise?
Each floor would be about like 8-9 feet, so that times 4.
Okay. Right.
So about as tall as a 4-story building in like width and height. That's the hole. It's overall relatively large, I would say, yeah.
Yeah. I'm very close to Geffen.
But also, I've seen birds before. Have you seen how large wings are compared to body size? It's crazy. Alright, in order for a bird to even fly, the wings need to be like 3-4 times as long as the body. So let's just assume, right, you gotta fly through there because you gotta have wings, and that's how you get through. Like, it's gonna be like this small of a dragon.
So, that is concerning. And if our eggs, I don't know if dragons usually live as pairs or if they split after mating.
I mean,
Well,
have dragons
currently-
really even been around much at all since because my character is technically old enough to have lived through. I mean, I wasn't like actively up here, but she's
Yeah,
old enough to probably have
oh.
heard about stuff. So, like, have dragons even like been sighted since then much?
Nope.
I personally haven't seen a dragon yet. And that
It's been like
cave
20
seemed
years, right?
Yeah.
relatively free of dragons currently.
Is there a knowledge check to know how long it takes a dragon egg to like hatch?
Knowledge Arcana.
I'm rolling history just in case.
I will guidance.
That's not a
Thanks,
bad roll.
guys.
32.
I can tell you something about dragons in history.
I
Something
will
very basic.
guidance them both. The +1 to those results.
I'm not sure you
Guy-
can guidance knowledge checks.
Yeah, because I think it specifically says you only can guidance things that take like 1 round to do, and knowledge checking is recalling information. I
A
think takes
minute.
longer than a minute.
It can take up to a minute. That is the duration.
Yeah, I think it talks about in the knowledge thing that you do it for more than a minute or whatever.
Yeah, okay.
Just reading.
And that would make sense if we go the same with like you can't take 10 on them, so yeah. It's too early to yawn, Felix. We're still 2 hours to go.
Da-da-da-da. Yeah, it doesn't look like there's much in the official lore that I can find immediately about that. So I guess it will retain to my world stuff. So yeah, that's enough knowledge check to know that at the very minimum, the eggs will need like the care of their parent to hatch. So these could be remain dormant forever unless the mother or father is like enabling
Okay,
them, incubating them, whatever
so
the word is.
gotcha. Okay, that makes sense.
But that's really obscure knowledge. So just because you got like a 30 plus, I'll give you that. But
Yeah. I was basically just trying to figure out the fact that these eggs are here and have not hatched. Does that mean that, like, there is a dragon alive and nearby that is, like, actively...
that you
Or-
wouldn't know. But it is,
Yes.
with the information you do know, it's a reasonable assumption that probably the parents are dead or something.
Yeah, so that's what I was trying to gauge, like, because it would either be like, okay, the fact that there's eggs here and they only take so much time to hatch means like there must be a dragon nearby, or do they take a really, really long time to hatch, which means theoretically they could have just been sitting here for decades, or, you know, like you said, they could be sitting here for decades because they don't have a parent nearby to actively hatch them.
Yeah,
So that was kind of what I was trying
that
to...
knowledge isn't actually known. You wouldn't know how long it takes for a dragon egg to hatch. So you wouldn't know.
Yeah. But I would know it could be plausible that they're sitting here like this because their
Yeah.
parents are dead and they're not able to hatch without them, essentially.
That's right.
Yeah, so we can't hatch the dragon eggs ourselves. Ah.
I mean,
Can
do
try.
we-
Just have Gorg sit on it every night.
Oh my god.
Bro.
That will be a proper mount for me when it grows older. Gorg, the blacksmith, cleric, war priest, ogre, and a dragon mount. There we go.
So yeah, you guys are sitting around in the evening time discussing what to do. What do you guys want to do with this dragon horde you've stumbled across?
Well, I feel like we possibly could do more investigation, either in the magical or in the mundane sense about this.
Also do note we still need to take care of the horses. At one point, I don't know how much more feed and water I can sustain with them.
You brought them
Yeah,
for
yeah,
enough to sustain while you're crafting, right? So you have like...
Well, yeah, but that was in the plan that we were going back. So, like, at this point, basically, Gorga stands, like, I don't think I have create water. Let me look. If I have that, then we'll good.
Well, yeah, you're a few hours ride from the main city anyway, so if you need to go back and get supplies, you can easily.
Yeah, I have create water, so it really is just feed, and if there's grass nearby, then that's fine.
Yeah, they can graze and eat nearby.
And that's gonna be fine then. Oh, it's really up to you. I pat really good in there easily.
You
Well,
can
I mean, I
find the top
obviously
entrance.
I don't know if there's a whole lot us as a party can do about this.
Bro.
You said they're mechanically small, but like small for a dragon egg, so what does that actually end up meaning size-wise? Like,
So like roughly a 2.5 foot by 2.5 foot area is what it occupies.
Okay.
So it'd be like a pretty big egg. Like
Yeah.
Size of a gnome.
Yeah.
I mean, I have this if you want to try and loop things from there. His base like lifts up his head back.
well, I mean, I failed my knowledge check technically, but I think as an intelligent wizard, I could surmise that those humanoid things, although I don't know what they are probably there as some sort of protection. And I would guess if we try to loot, I don't know if it's just the treasure or the dragon eggs or both. I have a feeling they will, like, animate, probably, and try to fuck with us. I think it's
How
another protective
Big
measure.
was these crystals?
Crystals?
Didn't you say they were crystals?
No, they were like humanoid, like...
They were humanoid figure cut from a colored crystal.
Oh,
I told
okay.
you it was blue,
So,
but you shouldn't have known that. 'cause
human,
it's black and white.
humanoid size, that big.
They were mechanically large size.
There you go. Large.
Oh!
So if we want to loot anything, we have to probably know that we're going to have to deal with that. And then also, how do we get the loot out of there? Like, sure, we can maybe like fill bag of holdings or something, but like, because we have to reduce ourselves and crawl through this thing, like it's just not super.
I mean, it's... even 250 pounds, and it's, I mean, that's still quite a bit.
Yeah, but
And
again, how do we
technically, if
get?
you give time.
How do we get you in there?
Well,
Because without
but-
you, we're probably not taking out those crystal
Yeah,
things.
that. I mean, I can squeeze if you make me smaller. Yeah, I don't like the idea of it either, but technically, out of game mechanic clone, I can squeeze if they just reduce me, right?
Yeah.
If you get reduced, then you're a medium-sized creature, and then you can squeeze you.
Yeah. I mean, there's that option, but we have no idea potentially how strong those things are.
Yeah, unfortunately, I did not pass my. I could not figure out what they were, so I don't know if
How
they're
does
easy
the
to deal with
whole,
or
like,
not.
Identifying things work for wizards.
Like identifying what?
Like, usually before we had you, when me and Jelk, I think we just took it to the guild and they identified for us. I don't know how that process works.
So yeah, I usually have to like hold the item and like examine it, and then I
Yeah,
can.
that probably wouldn't work.
Yeah, then I can like figure out if I know what it is.
And I'm guessing probably just touch the thing they might all.
Yeah. I mean, it's my guess. It could be protective measures just on the eggs. It could be protective measures on the whole, like, hoard of treasure.
But they would probably still do, if they would trigger, so probably just touch them. That at least makes
Probably,
sense.
yeah.
I mean, we could go back to town, ask some of the wizards if they know what they are, potentially. Look
Well, I
them
mean-
up, some books.
The items or
The things, the weird crystal things.
oh, those things. I mean, I'm assuming there's some sort of golem-like creature.
Yeah,
Is
but,
my guess.
you know thine enemy.
I mean, I think it like. Okay, look. These are dragon eggs and a difficult area to get into.
Yep.
Not that I don't think we are skillful, but I feel like this is something a little bit out of our reach potentially.
Probably.
Do you guys have any contacts that you feel like are powerful enough to deal with this?
You're funny.
I mean, right, depends on who you want to contact for that sort of thing.
Well, I mean, if you want treasure out of here, I think the logical thing is to tell someone like, "Yo, we found some fucking dragon eggs. We'll show you where it is. You can get them and just help us get some of the treasure."
That's smart. That's smart. How?
And my guess is that these eggs can't even hatch right now because the parents are probably dead from what happened 20 years ago. I mean, no one's really seen dragons since, so they probably were hatched then, or that
Late.
eggs made then and laid, yeah, and then they're probably not hatching because their parents are dead. So I mean, like, theoretically, if we did want to repopulate the world with dragons, like, either we need someone who is powerful enough to find a dragon who could maybe hatch them, or magical up some artificial way to hatch an egg without the presence of the actual dragon parents. Which, I mean, I'm a decent wizard, but I don't got that fucking ability.
I could maybe make something like that, but not anytime soon.
Yeah, so.
Well,
I mean, there's the Wizards Guild. Potentially, there's somebody there that might be interested. Well, not guild, the academy. That's probably the closest help I would be able to help something out.
Do we have an alternative idea?
I feel like the academy people, though, if we tell them we found this, they're probably gonna be like, okay, we'll deal with it, and we're gonna get jack shit out of it.
Yeah.
Or, like, I don't know. Everyone has different feelings about the whole dragon debacle, right? They might just be like, let's go fucking destroy the eggs so that we don't have dragons again.
Yeah, I mean, it would take a lot of asking into what their feeling is. I mean, when it comes to making the deal about the rots, it's sort of like buying a deal, so they can't be broken.
Yeah. Problem is if you ask the wrong questions to the wrong people, then all of a sudden you might give the info to someone who just wants to, like, go destroy it or something.
So, I mean, we'll start with what are your thoughts on dragons? That's
I mean, I don't have a problem with them.
You
but-
know what? I think what we should do first, as I hold up the book, is consult the history books.
Yeah, the book has a.
What do you want to know about the history?
Well, it goes up until like
Oh,
the recent.
I don't recall much
something.
right now.
Yeah. You know, that's what we have the book for.
True.
Yeah, I'm gonna look into the like, because there's something that made the dragons disappear, right? There was some sort of event that happened, I'm guessing, related to Dragon Peak possibly,
Yeah.
and a previous adventuring party.
Mhm.
And what I want to know is general relations of dragons with people, right? If there's like, I don't know, how do the vampires do with the dragons? Do they, you know, or other people, you know?
Oh, okay. I guess we have bad contact.
Yeah, so in the very early pages of the book, it talks about the very early history where apparently there were some vampires that would mount dragons. And you can kind of flip through pages and where it progresses where at some point the dragons were uncomfortable with this arrangement and sought retribution and started being hostile towards all sorts of people, especially the vampires. And then it kind of goes into more of the last like 40 to 50 years where there was this big bad dragon that was kind of like the king of dragons that was sealed away at some point and was thought to be released in the last like 40 to 50 years, and a group of very powerful adventurers had banded together to stop this from happening, and they succeeded and killed off a bunch of these elder dragons, and dragons after that have not been seen from since.
Well, so yeah, personally, I'm pretty sure we don't know anyone that would take care of these eggs and raise them. Well, okay, that's not.
That would be interesting.
I could. No, that's probably not good either.
So from that, you would gather that most people that if they were alive 25-ish years ago, they would have a very adverse reaction to drag. Like if you're talking to like a common peasant anywhere, they'd be like, dragons, they fucking burn my shit down. Like any average
Yeah, it's
person
like-
that's 25
It's
plus
like
years old would
talking
not.
with people in Skyrim, essentially. Dragons.
Yeah.
What were you thinking, Joel?
Well, right. I had ideas. And I am a somewhat well-connected gentleman.
It's something to do with
Right.
your family.
No, fuck my family.
That's why I thought maybe it was because you hesitated.
No, I'm not giving those people shit. They don't deserve anything. Anyway. No, I was more thinking of the people around town, but honestly, with how the history of dragons and stuff, I don't think there necessarily are many sane people around that would raise dragons or would get them. The only thing I can think of is like finding some uber powerful hobo druid or something like that. But I don't know anyone like that.
I would be interested, but really comes down to also like, I think like colors also is important for the personality or something.
Well, you know, when you've seen black and white, color
Yeah.
doesn't matter. You know, we're not here to judge dragons by the color of their skin.
Gales, but well, no. What? We just forget about this for now.
Yeah, I think we forget about it for now. We get some more information about things and then revisit it at a later time.
Oh.
Anyway,
We just want to spend the last 12 days here, but not do you still want to go back to town tomorrow?
yeah, we should go still back to town. If I'm here for too long, I'll just get tempted to go in there again.
All right. Anything you guys want to do over the next few days, or fast forwarding through? The one guy's found another dragon lair.
Focus.
I think. Yeah, I think we're good for now.
Well, while we're tempted, do you want to tell us about the thing, alchemist something you talked about earlier?
Oh yeah, true. Right. So I got this information, right? Not sure how entirely reliable it is, but I trust it to at least a certain degree, of a very problematic alchemist
Okay.
who's in the northeast somewhere. The town of I cannot access the maps. Thank you. The town of Hugo.
Okay.
So, beginning of the Akkad Desert. It'd be a bit of a trek, but apparently the alchemist there is a real bad guy. Responsible for...
This is a woman alchemist, by the way.
Yeah. Who cares, right? Evil doesn't care about gender.
True.
Yeah, real bad alchemist lady, who apparently in her insane experimentation has already hurt and killed many people. And
what? We just need to kill her?
no,
No.
the job would be to make her drink something.
Okay.
Normal route to get to Hugel, do you have to go like up around the forest of Prontera and down, or is there like a way to get through where like Alwick to Hugel is?
I mean, I was get like you could go through the forest and maybe take a boat.
Alwick. I'm just. Yeah, you could. Yeah, you can get through there from Alwick.
Okay, I just want to know if you could get through
If
there.
you don't take the boat, which would be a small boat ride, you would have to go into this blue area, which would be dangerous for trolls and goblins and orcs and stuff. But
True.
just
okay.
slightly. Then you can cut around because there is a little path through there.
Okay.
Or you could take a small
technically-
boat ride, which would be like a few hours across.
So technically, the route to get there would lead us through Camor, which is where that cleric got killed. If we want to check out potentially on the way or on the way back what undead did that or whatever that shit is.
There's also if you just want to go troll hunting in the woods. There was something about them wanting to have had that wood as well. I have clerical stuff, but I'm not really that good with undead.
Fair enough.
Like, I guess I'm better than your average warrior. You know, normal final lad, but
I mean, there are spells, obviously, to help anyone be more proficient at dealing with undead. I mean, I don't think it's out of our realm of being able to handle undead, depending on
No,
what
true.
kind of undead it is and how powerful it is.
I mean, I can hit shit that's incorporeal, and I can also help you do that, Joel. As long as get the time.
Hmm.
I'm just saying, if we're going that direction, we might as well get more information about what happened in Kamor in case we decide we want to stop and help
Yeah.
them out on our either way there or way back.
How would you go about feeding this woman whatever you need to feed her? I mean, like, there's fighting her, not killing her, and just knocking her unconscious.
No, I think. I don't
Bro,
think
have you
it's
ever heard of charm?
necessarily- Yeah, it's not that
What's
hard
that?
to get people to drink something sometimes.
Oh, wait, you mean? Oh, I thought you were talking about some kind of magic thing. You just meant the actual charm. Gotcha.
Yeah.
Then still no, though.
Fair enough.
So, what is that the plan then? Head to Gamora when we're done here?
Well, I don't know. Do you have a... Are you trying to get your thing done ASAP? I mean, we don't have to check out Kamor on our way there. We could check it out on our way back. I don't know how important your thing is with this alchemist.
Not that important at all. Not that important. I just thought,
I guess it's just what exactly are you getting on this deal? Because it feels like it's the same thing with Dahlia.
Yeah, it's similar people, same crowd, and would be a nice magical item, but
And
That's
I'm
how it
fine
is.
with it. I'm fine.
yeah, well, I didn't promise nothing yet, so I was like, gotta talk to the boys, see what's going on.
Well, no, it's more the fact that you're again looking for other places to get them.
Yeah, fair enough.
I mean, essentially, just don't know how. I always feel weird dealing with them because I just don't feel like they tell us, everything. So sometimes I feel like we get the short end of this deal, which I'm not a fan of.
Fair enough.
Why exactly is it that if this person is so bad they want her to drink something? Not have her dealt with, but drink something.
I mean,
Let's just say the roguish world works in mysterious ways.
Basically, I
And
don't know how I
sometimes
feel.
it's not necessarily about just the end result, but also about the method, right?
True, but let's go with this. Let's say that you feed her the thing and everything's fine. She doesn't die or anything from it, and she keeps doing her thing.
Well, see,
Don't know if I can be fine with myself knowing
fair
that.
enough, but I also don't necessarily think that that's the case. I assume that this drink is something real nasty, right? So either it murders her so good that it also like see, you're a powerful alchemist, right? And you got like your 20 replacement body clones in the basement, and then someone gives you a drink to drink that's so bad that it literally corrodes your soul, and then you take the drink and your soul tries to hop to the next clone, but it doesn't work because your soul's deteriorating from the drink that's so incredibly non-tasty. I don't know, I'm just using my imagination here, right? I'm pretty sure there's a good reason for this.
You need to stop listening to the bard at night.
Tell some pretty good stories.
That's. I mean, I know we met a witch and all, but that sounds a bit far up there, mate. Let's be honest. If she was so powerful that she could, I guess, make clones of herself, but she
Hey,
was told to go
alchemy is
into-
weird, and alchemy
Yeah.
people do try and make people. That's like
Yeah,
their
just shut
thing.
it, Joe. Let's say she could do all that. Do
Yes.
you really think we can beat her?
I think a drink specifically designed to beat her can beat her.
Okay, then let's go with this. At that point, I would think she would be very what's the word? On guard. I'll
Why?
potentially a random person offer something to drink. She
Well,
doesn't know.
right, I'd be a little bit more suave than that. I'd not be just like random person comes over, hey, you want a drink? Hands drink.
I mean, sure,
Right.
you did make a vampire drink holy water, so I guess you have that.
Yeah, there's a little bit more finesse to the whole situation.
Right, yes, he made a vampire drink holy water. Long story.
Yeah, it was pretty good. Still kicked my ass, but my god, it was funny.
Which reminds me, we still haven't heard from her.
Yeah,
Been a while
well,
now.
it's gonna happen, you know. That's how it goes.
Yeah, GM, we haven't heard from her in a while.
Well, what were you? Were you waiting for anything specifically?
I mean, we were told I will have a request for you at one point. It has now at this point been soon 2 months.
Oh, I mean that's up. It depends on what. It's hard because Whitney has to dictate that, but then you can't metagame like your current character's needs or wants. So
Also, hey.
Yeah, that's why I was
also-
kind of assuming you were going to sort of handle that so that it wasn't as metagaming.
sure,
That
yeah,
was
but she
my
doesn't want
thought
anything from you
process.
guys right now.
Yeah.
The hell can you noobs
Also,
do
you
for
know,
her?
vampires tend to be relatively immortal. So, right, what's
Yeah,
time?
the shit Natalia's doing right now, you guys need to be level 15 plus to help with. So
The
not
only
sure
other
if she
thing
has
I
anything
don't,
for you.
I don't know if you guys were expecting any sort of response or anything from her for like basically handing over the like rogue werewolf people.
Well, no, yeah, we want Gorg at least wanted like when she was done with that, what like that came down to.
Yeah, you did want to see what happened with that. That can be up to Whitney if she wants to send message what she did with that, because she did resolve that. But
I mean, I don't actually know what I told you how I wanted to resolve it, and you told me you had to think on how that would go. So I don't know what the end resolution
thought I
actually ended
told
up being.
you.
Nope, you
Oh.
definitely didn't. I told you we had a conversation about like what would happen, and then the offer I would give her, and you told me that you had to think about how she would respond and if she would take my offer or not.
And the
Guys,
other
they're
people
pulling
that
back the curtain.
also bitten, you know. If they decided to just let us turn and
Well, none of this is relevant to your current goals right now, so we can
True.
figure that out later.
okay, so I guess like at least 12 days goes by and yeah, it's like I mean sure we can head there and then if I guess if you can somehow deal with her. I just feel weird if she is evil and keeps doing evil things after we leave.
Fair enough.
That wouldn't sit well with me, you know.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
So yeah, I guess in these 12 days I will go and talk to whoever is pertinent about the Camor notice, just to see if I can gather more information about what happened with that cleric there, what they know about this undead, if anything.
Mm-hmm. When you ask about that, they ask you if you've heard of the... when you were a kid, did you ever hear about the scary story of Bloody Bones?
Baba Yaga.
Is this a...
Knowledge religion.
Okay, I was like, is this a thematic thing? Do I think my character heard about this, or is this a knowledge check?
Knowledge religion, yeah. See if you heard about Bloody Bones. Yeah, you've heard of the tale. It's rumored to not be true. It's a tale that you would tell small kids to like keep them away from somewhere. But the rumor is that if you go near, so this story that they would tell kids to keep them from drowning was, don't go near that lake. There's the bloody bones in it, and if you look in it, it'll like pull out, your skeleton will jump out at you and attack you. Scary stories to scare children to keep them away from lakes and rivers and stuff. But the story out of Camorra is this actually happened to the head cleric, allegedly. A skeleton literally attacked him from a pool of water that he was trying to cleanse, where the same story was told to him from, like, that killed a person, and someone saw it, came back, he's like, oh shit, this is probably some haunt or undead or something. He went to go deal with it and didn't come back, so they now issued help to Geffen to deal with this.
Okay, so they don't really know anything more other than it appeared to be a skeleton and it came out of the lake and killed him. Did they see any like particular like wounds or?
Yeah, so with that knowledge check, you get 2 questions on a creature that you've heard about that meets that the story's based on, called Bloody Bones.
Okay, so we're already assuming it's undead, so undead properties. So I guess I would want to know special abilities and special defenses.
Sure. It has the normal undead traits, DR10 bludgeoning, and resistance to channel energy. Special abilities. It has the ability to hide in plain sight, as the rogue ability, special rogue thing.
Okay.
As long as there is a reflective surface like a mirror or calm body of water nearby, it can hide itself at a bonus. Another special ability is a mirror jump. It can use Dimension Door as a spell-like ability to jump through reflective surfaces when in range of each other, such as mirrors, darkened windows, or calm water.
So definitely remove my mirrors.
Unholy Grace. It applies its Charisma modifier to its AC and Reflex saves as a profane bonus. That's all its special abilities.
Okay. I mean, doesn't sound too creepy.
Oh, and part of,
spooky.
if you get attacked by it when it's in a mirror or a reflective surface, anyone who sees this within 30 feet, you'll have to make a, I'm not going to give you the DC, a very high will save or
Yeah.
be staggered for 1d4 rounds.
Oh,
And you
okay.
take a -4 penalty on the saving throw.
Ugh.
This is a mind affecting effect.
And that's just if you see it do the attack where it
On the
jumps
person,
out of
yeah.
the mirror. Okay.
Basically, like don't be near water or anything that's reflective while fighting this thing.
Well, I mean, the problem is I think it's literally hiding in a body of
exactly,
water,
yep,
right?
yeah.
So you kind of can't completely avoid that. So it's how to basically
That's how
then
it goes.
deal with and mitigate that. But I mean, did you guys want to go deal with the alchemist stuff first or deal with this first? Because I mean, we could go do alchemist first and take some time to think about how we want to deal with this.
Question, that's fine, okay, in general, when it comes to things like this.
Creepy.
Since I
see.
technically also have a knowledge check ability, can I also make the check, and if I pass, I can just ask another question, or no, it's like the party make the
Sure,
check?
yeah, you can do that if you want.
It's a 1 in a million.
1 in a million.
But it maybe would have been enough to, I don't know, support her in some way to get an extra question, I don't know.
Sure. Nope.
Yeah, and I don't even think with assist that gives her another, does it?
No. You can you assist in knowledge checks?
I think we've done it before.
I may have allowed that. Yeah, if I give you a +2 bonus on your check, you would have got one more question. Which I'll give you if you want.
Was there anything specific you wanted to know? I think the only other main question to ask would be like its offensive attacks, like regular attack stuff.
Let's, I mean, yeah, like I would want to know.
Sure. It's got a bite, 2 claws, and rend if it hits with the 2 claws. If it hits you with the bite, it will do bleed damage as well.
Ooh.
And the claws do bleed damage as well. All its attacks do bleed damage.
Do you know what bleed is, Felix?
Nope.
Basically, it's just continuous damage unless like you get some form of healing on you.
Yeah, I think it's just a
That counts.
1d6 though.
Okay.
Every
It
turn.
depends. Some bleed is less, some like is 1, some is d4, some is d6, some is like... It should tell. Because there are many different bleed numbers, like Rogue can get like a d4 bleed as well. So... But it is just, yeah, like on your turn you just take this, no save, no nothing. And you then need to receive magical healing to stop it, or a heal check, I think also does it. Or like, regen does as well. That's, I mean, if you had a way to get fast healing, I think that counters it. I think.
Yeah, any magical healing will stop it.
Yeah, some fast healing would as well, yeah. And they don't stack, that's the good thing. So if you have bleed, you have bleed. And then depends, like, if you went from having a bleed of 1 and it became a bleed of d6, then of course become d6. But poison is the one that like can stack and become more and more severe if you take the same dose.
Okay.
Okay. And I'm guessing offense would be different from its bonus, right, John?
Yeah, I'm not gonna give you it's like to hit.
Yeah, no, like it's just like I'm trying to like realize like what would that fall under if you ask that question.
Technically, like I should tell you it, but I think it just removes some of the fun. Like it's
True.
It's a creature that's within your range of things you guys can handle. So
Let's go.
Yeah, I'm definitely gonna pick up at least one scroll before we leave town. I'm just double checking to see if there's anything else I really want.
I'm like more again like Del, but do you want to deal with your fucking weird alchemist potentially first, or the Grimoire
You
stuff
know what?
later?
It's fine. Don't worry about the alchemist. I'll just tell him that, we currently can't do that.
Why can't we do it?
I mean, we can, right? I'm just
can.
asking because I thought Gorg wasn't that comfortable doing it. Or...
It really comes down to like, hey, if they will be dealt with for sure, he's fine with it. But it's more like walking in, it's like feeding at the things like, okay, bye. And then like we know that they are a bad person and nothing actually comes
I can
of it.
bring that as a stipulation, right?
Because then it's like, you know this like murderous walking around killing people, right? And you just go like, shake them a hand, give them like a beer and leave. It's like, it doesn't fit with his morals.
Fair enough. Well,
It's not like, in a weird way, currently he kind of actually want to go and kill her if she is evil. But that also then feels weird for me if he's just like, just going hunting people.
Hey John, do me a favor, look up the spell Force Anchor. Do you think this would stop it from being able to do its Dimension Door stuff or not? Would that have to be, would you have to use the, non-teleportation-y one for that? It says prevents incorporeal targets from moving through solid objects. I don't know.
yeah, that wouldn't stop it. You'd want dimensional anchor, probably, whatever it's called. Would probably work.
Yeah. I just don't know if that's like worth it.
Dimensional anchor is a level 4 wizard spell. Any creature struck with this blocks extra dimensional travel. Yeah, that should work. Yep.
Yeah.
We also want to get versatile weapon to fight it. Which I think I can actually take that one. Where's both? Yes, I get versatile weapon and crunch. What was crunch again? Right, non-magical fire, so I can put that.
Okay, I think I just want to get Dimensional Anchor and Burst of Radiance, so...
Do you auto learn
If
these? Take 10?
Yeah.
Okay.
I just need cost.
You're just buying scrolls, or are you trying to find a wizard to copy?
I mean, if I can find a wizard, I would, but,
What was this dimensional anchor? Which one?
Burst of Radiance, it's a good
Burst of
light
Radiance.
evocation spell.
I haven't heard this one before. Burst of Radiance.
Also, Felix, you would wanna get Oils of Versatile. So basically, you can make it so your weapons can actually deal bludgeoning damage, else you will deal no damage to it. I can cast it on myself, and
Okay.
technically I could also cast it on you, but that would only be one weapon.
Just give me a diplomacy check. See if you find anyone willing to
Oh, God.
copy
Why
some
does it
spells.
always have to be diplomacy? Can I?
You can augment it with any specific RP if you want, or if you just want to fast track it, just give me the check.
I think she sucks with words, so she'd be looking for maybe someone that she can be like. She's got loose morals, you know. She'll spend the night with a person if they might let her learn some spells.
Not
Cool.
terrible. It's pretty good.
Then, quick question.
Mm-hmm.
You know a creature saves, would that just be its like specific you ask for, hey, I wanna know it saves?
That would be under its defenses. Which you kind of.
I feel like it's usually good to maybe say like it's decent at this save, or it's like its worst save
Yeah, like I
is
don't want
this
it
save,
exactly
but like not know
numbers
the
up, 'cause
numbers.
That will be a bit too much. Like, I would just want to know its will save, like how strong that is, basically.
It's its second best save, and all of its saves are like in the 10 plus 10 range. So a few higher, a few lower than that.
Then again, you can't cast spells on it really.
Who says?
But anyway, yeah,
Yeah,
you find
maybe it's
what's the highest level spell you know? 3?
Fourth.
4th? They will
Yeah.
trade you 1 4th level spell to learn both of these from their book.
Okay. I'll tell them I have the things that they could learn from me would be Scrying, Phantasmal Killer, or Greater Invisibility.
They will want Phantasmal Killer.
Yep. I'm willing to do that.
Yeah, so you can do the cost of just copying spell for those 2 spells, and he will
Okay.
copy Phantasmal Killer.
I need to look up that.
If he
amount
succeeds.
You auto copy the spell, it's just learning it.
Oh, you. Oh, okay.
Like he can copy it on like a page and then try to learn it or whatever.
Gotcha. Okay. Then, I mean, I won't change this yet, but okay, that means yeah, Archon's aura will not be useful against this thing at all.
Oh, where's the stupid table for the cost? Here it is. Writing spells. So second level is 40, and 4th is 160, so it's 200 gold to write them.
Oh no, you're right. You do have to actually pass your check to copy it properly. But yeah, with take 10, he can auto do that.
Wait, go on, talk.
And for a 4th level spell, that costs him 160 gold. Okay.
Yep.
Are you getting an oral, Felix? Because like, you legitimate can actually damage it, but if you don't,
Fair enough.
like you can get.
Isn't
Technically,
there
you
a
can get
cleric spell?
one.
Can't you do alignment on this one?
Align, but no, it's not align. It needs to be versatile, right? Because it is DR bludgeoning.
Yeah, but
specifically.
no, but there's like weapons against evil, and if it's evil creature, you just overcome any DR it has. Period.
Oh, really? So actually, okay.
I believe that's what the
Then-
spell says. Let me double check. Weapons against
Oh, no,
evil.
11 just says it. That is specifically though if it's DR against that lawfulness.
Each weapon can ignore DR of evil creatures that have DR 5 or lower. Okay, so it won't work against a DR 10.
Yeah. Yeah, like if it's specifically like if it's like DR 10 lawful, then yeah, like if I make it lawful, then hey, you know, who cares? But yeah, because it's specific type. And then it's like even if it's a +3 weapon, it still matters, right?
Yeah, it still matters. It's not
Yeah.
magical DR or whatever.
I can do it to one of your weapons finish, but I can't do the other.
Okay.
Because I would also need to do it to myself. At the very least. Which still mean then I won't be able to cast Prayer. Which would have been kind of good. Because it didn't have SR, right? As we would have been told.
Doesn't have what?
As spell resistance.
No,
That's
it does
called
not.
SR.
Does not.
Yes. So it would be affected by Prayer, which is -1 to everything. Prayer is such a nice thing. So is that kind of thing? You will buy 1 oil for yourself, Felix, and I'll just cast it on your other
Yeah.
weapon? Okay.
I'll do it.
Normally it's actually, I can't learn versatile, but because I am a force priest, I actually have allowed to learn it. Because it would have to come from Whitney, but you have better third level spells, so don't think it's worth you having to do that for us.
So this hide in plain sight is just meaning that it can literally stealth in plain sight. But we could still use a perception to try to perceive it trying to do so. And say theoretically I am able to perceive it trying to hide in plain sight, and I succeed on dimensionally anchoring it, that would mean it can't do that ability that could stagger us, right? Because wasn't that ability pertinent on it being able to do its like kind of like
Yeah, it needs to be
jumpy
in
out
a,
of whatever thing?
Yeah, like in the mirror.
I'm just trying to, if I understand its abilities correctly.
That's the way I always understood it, at least. But it needs to be like in a reflective.
No, that
surface.
ability isn't the attack. The ability is just to jump between surfaces.
Okay.
The attack, he just like comes out of it and attacks you. That's unrelated to Dimension Door. The Dimension Door is like he
Okay.
can just like hide into like a mirror and then hide into a water,
Yeah.
and then you can't
yeah,
get him,
okay.
kind of thing.
So I'm just trying to figure out how.
I mean, the attack is still that he has to do that attack from a reflective surface, though, right?
Yeah, but he doesn't need to use Dimension Door to do that. He just
Okay, but if she still angers it, can it go into a reflective surface?
it probably can't go into another surface if it's already in one, but it can leave one without using the spell.
Can it then go back into one?
It wouldn't be able to go back into one.
Okay, so at least that. So it can, it can't just go, ah!
Yeah, but the problem is then how do we get it to? I mean, I guess unless. Well, I guess what we could do to like fuck with it so that it can't do that ability is that we try to make it to where maybe figure out how I can make sure my perception is high enough to notice it. I dimensional anchor it, and then and you guys stay back, don't get right up next to it. We stay far enough back that it has to leave the surface to physically attack, because it sounds like its attack is if it like, if you go up to the surface, it could just like attack you from the surface. But if
Yeah.
we make it physically have to move out of the surface in order to attack, then it wouldn't be able to do that.
Yeah.
So you could stay far back with your reach. Gerald just kind of has to chill until it comes out, and I could burst of radiance it from afar, and we just start damaging it until it moves.
Yeah. I mean, I still need to like be able to. See, like it's a bit weird if it's in the water, right? Like, yes, I could be like a certain amount of feet away, but it's range and yeah.
Yeah, well, I mean, I can at least burst of radiance it, and hopefully if I do enough damage to it, because it can't negate the damage from burst of radiance, so it'll do damage to it no matter what. If I do enough damage, hopefully it'll be like, okay, I can't just sit here and wait for, you know,
Yeah, and I mean,
Someone
in
to
the
come
worst
up to
case
it.
scenario, I'm just also gonna start fucking consecrating the area. That I think will also piss it off. How the hell do you spell the consecrate? Isn't it just C-O-N?
Yeah.
Why does that not show up when I look at spells? The fuck? Oh, there.
Yeah, I'm just not sure it's targetable while it's in the water.
why wouldn't it be if you can perceive it?
Well, I think it is you perceive it while it's like outside, like hiding plain sight, it's like right next to you.
Well, it gets to hide in plain sight in a reflective surface. That just means it can attempt a stealth check,
Oh, I thought
even
it was.
though it's visible. So
It can
that's
do
saying it's
both.
visible.
Yeah, I thought it was like it could hide outside of the
It
surface
can do
and-
that, but it can also be in the surface as well.
Oh, I thought it had to hide in plain sight if it was in a reflective surface.
No, it can hide in plain sight while not in the surface, and then it can also remain hidden in the surface if it wants as well.
Okay, so that is probably like it's just hidden if it fucking chooses to be hidden. Without being able to perceive it, I guess you were.
I'm not really sure. It doesn't really say about that.
Because then it just sounds like the ultimate ambusher. You have no idea where it is if it's in the circular surface, if it fucking decides.
I think you
I
wouldn't
mean,
be able to
might
see it
get
until you got
until we
close.
beat it with
Yeah.
Okay.
perception check.
So yeah, you would basically I need to trigger it. And you two just need to be 30 feet away from me then.
If it happens to be in the surface when you're trying to find it, maybe it's lurking around it.
Yeah, who knows?
Yeah, then we might see it.
Yeah, okay, fuck this. No. I'm gonna go buy a scroll of detect undead.
Ooh. And you're gonna learn that?
Yeah.
You
Sure.
sure?
Detect undead. Let's read that.
I mean, I will still also probably just consecrate the area around the lake, depending on how big it is.
Yeah, that definitely would work.
Yeah, that's what killed the last guy.
Well, no, here's the thing. Consecrate is actually like... What is this? 40 feet range at this point for me.
Yep, and that's what the last guy tried to do and died.
Yeah, he was stunned, he went up to the lake.
Well, do you know that for sure?
So are we gonna roll that if I detect undead and pinpoint the location of an undead, that I can now cast at that undead a different spell?
I'm just gonna rule that if it's in a mirror surface, it's untargetable. Like your spells wouldn't hit it.
Well, what if I'm using an AoE spell?
Depends what it is. What's your AOE spell?
Burst of Radiance is a 10
That would
foot
work.
radius burst.
I just mean like if it's in water, fireball probably wouldn't work. But yeah, like that would work.
Yeah.
Radiant energy.
Okay, so I could detect undead, pinpoint its location, and then basically burst of radiance right next to it or on top of where that aura is, and it would theoretically hit it.
Yeah. Sure. Yeah.
Okay,
All right.
good enough for me.
Alright, well, Phoenix going and talking to his friend down in the black market about the stipulation that
Gorks want to make sure at least the person is dealt with, so they won't hurt more people.
Yep. So I think I'm gonna go down there. I'm gonna get down there.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna talk to my man.
Aye, you come for your item.
It wasn't
close.
a dwarf, it was an elf.
It was an elf.
There's a dwarf here
Dwarf was
now.
for the other thing. Anyway.
Oh.
Well, not quite. Almost. Talked with the party, and let's say the story really quite resonated with one of them, and he's like, well, he said we are only gonna do the job if that means this evil alchemist is then dealt with.
Yeah, they'll be dealt with after if you give them that drink.
Very good, very good. Then I'll do that. And you know what? I don't tend to like payment in advance too much, so I think I'm gonna do the job. I'm gonna finish it. Then I'm gonna go get my payment.
Give me a diplomacy check.
Sure. Diplomatic as fuck, though.
Interesting they have a potential issue with that.
Yeah, because they can't tie me down.
Yeah, but there's also like, if you then fail, at least they keep the item.
Yeah, he kind of strokes his beard and says, it's rare someone with your amount of honor doesn't want the item straight up. So I'll give you a little heads up on something that we usually wouldn't tell you. But after you give them a drink, he kind of whispers, it's just to lower their will, so that we have another secret agents there that will dominate them and take care of them.
Roger.
So don't be surprised when
known.
they take the drink. They'll probably start looking sick. And someone's going to come out of nowhere and cast some spells at them.
Just for reasons, it is a mundane effect, or is it a magical effect?
The wine?
Yes.
It's magical.
Okay.
But they'd have to be a powerful mage to detect the poison. It's been protected from such trivial detections.
Perfect. Yeah, because... Good. Very nice. And I also think to myself, you know what? That means it's also safe for me to drink. So that makes it even easier.
The old trick. I drink one, you drink one.
Yep.
Yeah.
It is the easiest way to make someone feel extremely safe. But yeah, I am slowly dying in real life from tiredness right now. So I think I've been like zoning in and out for the last couple minutes.
I see. Well, that went really.
Yeah. We can begin next Are you wanting to deal with this alchemist thing, or are you stopping to deal with the undead first, or what order are you doing this in?
I don't care.
I mean...
We're definitely going that way, so maybe we do the undead first.
Yeah, so you guys are high enough level, unless you're looking for trouble. You guys don't need random encounters, so we can just start next time in Kamor and dealing with the undead thing.
Nice.
All right.
Well, I mean, I'm pretty sure some of those high random encounters that we already had would still fuck us up to this day.
Yeah, true.
But okay, no more random encounters, that's cool.
Just for now.
No, they'll come back.
Oh, okay.
For the specific journey you're doing. I'm just going to give you guys some XP for...
Thank you.
the session. Get you guys in combat. Begin the combat, end the combat. Yes. XP. Split evenly. There you go.
Nice.
Anything else you want on the record before we close up shop?
Don't think so.
All right.
I'm good.
Come back. You'll deal with some undead, an alchemist, and whatever else you guys want to do. Thanks for everyone who's watching. GG's, and I'll cut the stream.